Philadelphia. I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gorgano Show.
Good morning, everybody. Well, happy Wednesday to all across the Delaware Valley. This is the Anthony Gargano Show presented by the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app and our friends at Wawa and Xfinity. And yes, we are live, as you can see, at the spectacular Fan Fest right here at Fairmount Park. This is Lemon Hill. This is unbelievable. Like, if you haven't gotten here yet, what are you waiting for? Because it is magnificent. I mean, it really is. It's like Disney popped up in the middle of Fairmount Park. It's absolutely spectacular. VG, and of course, the person most responsible for all of this, our dear friend May Kane.
Well, thank you for that. But
I mean,
baby.
Can I tell you, this is unbelievable. All right. Now, I wasn't expecting the Stella Maris Carnival.
right.
All
We had
right?
talked about that.
Yes.
Not the Stella Maris Carnival.
But I didn't expect, like, this is unbelievable. This blows away what I imagined.
So I think it is spectacular. And I would tell you from imagination, right? What has been so incredible is to think back 6 years during this bid and to be thinking about what a fan fest in Philadelphia would look like.
Yeah.
And to see and truly, while I appreciate the praise, this is Michael Delbane and Lauren Lambruca.
Yeah.
This is taking the vision and building it to a spectacular delivery of this incredible festival. And so I think that from, my perspective, I have to say that it is exactly what I hoped it could be in 2020 when I was in my apartment, locked in my apartment alone during the during bidding and in the COVID, going when people are able to come back together again, we're allowed to be outside of our houses. This fan festival is going to be amazing. And it's even more spectacular. Michael and Lauren just have done a tremendous job. Red Rock Entertainment has done an amazing job. Our labor, we talked about that, VG. The unions have done a tremendous job. The city of Philadelphia, this is really, this is an operation. We've built a small city, a soccer city. It's soccer Coachella.
Yes.
I was going to say,
exactly
I feel like I'm at Lollapalooza,
Yeah.
but for a sport. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I love that.
Awesome.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. It has that festival feel to it.
Yeah.
I just can't believe how you turn this park into something this magical.
Massive too.
It's huge. And it's funny, and I don't think any of us could imagine it, right? Even knowing you, I had supreme confidence that you would pull something like this off, and your team and everyone associated. You guys are the class of the city with that. But once you get to actually experience it and see it live, it's you're in awe.
It's a wow.
Yeah,
It's a real wow.
That's exactly it. It's a wow. And speaking of wows, right? This tournament has been
What a great first week.
Oh wow! I yesterday locked in. I was watching Austria Jordan last night at 1:00 in the morning while I was doing some work, and it was all day.
Die hard.
It was.
I didn't make it to Austria Jordan. Let me tell you, I made it for hat trick Messi,
but Jordan with it was a day. First of all, as a sports fan, right? It was a day of stars, right?
Yesterday was absolutely.
This is why we love greatness, right? The greatness about the World Cup is the fact that it's the world's best, right? So the countries, it's what makes it, beyond obviously the Champions League, and which is a collection of leagues. It's beyond it all. It's so special.
It's national pride.
Yeah.
Right. It's marrying the greatest in sport with national pride and an incredible fandom. right? And that intersectionality of that is really special. And yesterday, well, first off, anytime on a Tuesday that you can turn on the TV at 1:00 in the afternoon and watch sports all the way to 1:00 in the morning, happy. That's happiness, right?
Vici and I were talking about this. He's Mr. World Cup handicapper because he's like head and Tucher unbeaten, right? Like they rolled again yesterday. You're right. Like I love weekday sports all day, right? Like it changes up the work day.
Absolutely. It's awesome. And I think from that perspective, you're seeing and why the World Cup is so different and so special than any other sporting event, especially in these group stages, is that you are seeing the stars of stars, right? You've had yesterday was Holland from Norway, Mbappe, and then you've got Messi who
we'll get to Messi.
But in the evening. But then you have the incredible story of the 40-year-old goalkeeper from Cabo Verde who shuts out Spain. Who's
became like an Instagram sensation overnight.
Yeah, went from 50,000 to 5 million in like 24 hours.
He's got more followers than like SGA.
It's amazing.
All Wemby.
Oh my God, it's incredible. It's an incredible story.
Well, yes, and maybe this is what it is because it's the ultimate place. This tournament is the ultimate place where story and sports intersect. Like we get it with football and basketball and baseball and hockey, the whole thing. But this is on the grand stage.
Yeah.
It's the world.
Right. I mean, you don't get there's Norwegian fans that are rowing up an escalator at TD Bank. Yeah. You've got, we could spend a whole show talking about the Scottish fans.
Yes.
The Tartan Army. Right. And the Tartan Army. Like, the amazing the amazing story of the guy living across the street when the bagpipers came out and he just took him a case of beer. And they've left their Airbnb now, but they left 3 bottles of whiskey on that guy's. And he's like, I'm so sad that they're gone. Right. But like, that is the type of joy that you are seeing. And the Algerians and Lawrence, Kansas, this love story of Lawrence, Kansas with the Algerian national team. I mean, it's just this is just what it's all about, and you can't explain it until it happens.
Well, we've always talked. I've said this to you 1,000 times. I've been talking about this for years. But when I say sports builds churches and connects the world, this is what we're seeing.
This is what it is.
This is the manifestation of that, right? Like when you see the Algerians and Lawrence, Kansas, and the Scots and New England, and you see this connection.
The Ecuadorians here, like let's take.
They were everywhere. They were amazing.
This was Ecuador. As somebody put on Instagram, this is Ecuador, Philadelphia, right? Like this, the Ecuadorians.
So
and
cool.
if you said to me, what is the biggest surprise that you've had thus far? I think that we knew people would come.
Yeah.
I think what we didn't realize was how big the numbers would be. Like if you told me first match Ecuador versus Cote d'Ivoire, I would have expected there to be a good amount of Ecuadorian fans. I did not expect 66,000 in the stadium. I didn't expect 9,000 at Stateside Live. I didn't expect 10,000 here.
No.
I didn't expect, obviously they found out about the Rocky curse on their own, but the 3,000, the 3,000 on.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, gang.
Listen, guys, you don't want to do it.
Right. Dear Brazil, dear Haiti, please go visit the Visit PA Instagram. They've
You
put
don't
the
wanna
warning
do
out.
that.
That's right. It's a no-no here. But that is, that I think was what was so overwhelming, the amount of people that were out. And I love seeing all the jerseys that you're seeing here. I mean, we had Egyptian fans here yesterday.
Yeah.
There was a woman, it's just that you're seeing these incredible, if you will, like vignettes play out in front of your eyes.
And like as it goes on, like today, it started last night with the English. Now they're taking over Dallas pubs and singing because they play today.
I'm waiting to see which Irish pubs in Philadelphia flip the flag and become Cote d'Ivoire bars because they're not in it. But if you flip the flag the other way, that's Cote d'Ivoire's national flag. So if you're an Irish bar, free advice. This is a way. This is one way to do it. Flip the flag. I'm also waiting to see. That's going to be. I think amazing. I mean, look, Friday. Let's talk about. Friday here. We've got U.S. men's and we're going to have to go back and talk about that game. the assist from the U.S. men's national team on getting the excitement going against Paraguay. Well, first off, it was. I don't think there's been a better game that the U.S. men's national team has played
ever
in
the history of that team.
Not since probably '94.
I mean,
when they made the run. I mean, the Landon Donovan game.
Right, but they were dominant. Like
dominant.
You know what was amazing is they looked like you're a true sportswoman.
Yes.
Like, so you understand that when you see it, it looks different when it's great. Like when it's
different.
Legit. Like you go, oh, okay. Yeah. Like when the Eagles and when they were running the ball 2 years ago and ran to a Super Bowl, you were like, okay.
Yeah.
This is a run game, right? This is what this is
what this looks like.
And watching them,
they looked great.
They passed the smell test.
They did. They looked terrific. They looked dominant. The players really, I mean, they were the movement. That's to me when you're watching soccer, the movement is what I think separates.
Yeah. And
the movement of the players on the pitch was incredible. I mean, obviously, look, I mean, it's also another great story about like different players choosing to be American, right? Like, I mean, you've got, Balguan scoring 2 goals, who, if not for like them not putting his mother, was supposed to fly, and they were like, you can't because she's pregnant.
Right.
He's born here,
right,
and chooses, even though he's lived most of his life in Europe, chooses to play for the U.S. Pulisic, I mean, it also looked great. Hopefully, his calf is okay.
Right.
That's obviously
number one,
critically important. But I think the team stepped up really beautifully, and I think that the coaching is bearing out. There was a lot of criticism of Mauricio about a year ago, 8 months ago.
Yeah.
What is he doing? Why is he playing everybody? Wanted to see what he had.
Yeah. Yeah.
And right now, if they continue to play the way that they're playing, I mean, what a magical summer it could be if they make a run.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
If they make a run.
Did you see the ratings for the game? I'm looking at 27.5 million. Highest amongst Telemundo and Fox, the highest most watched U.S. soccer game in history.
Well, can I just tell you, the broadcast is special. It's elite.
Oh yeah,
but like it's elite.
Yeah.
Like
Shout out to Fox and Telemundo. Both of them are
killing it. Like, it's an elite broadcast.
It's stunning.
It feels like a Super Bowl every match.
Every match. The fact that I was talking to one of our younger colleagues because at the first match when they come out, like we as a host committee don't know what the pre-match ceremonies will look like, right? So it's a surprise, waiting to see what opening match looked like with Mexico and South Africa, right? I mean, spectacular with all the flags and the pageantry. You're right. The pageantry of it is incredible. What's really cool. But when you can actually use the Alan Parsons Project, right? Which is, I said, synonymous with the Chicago Bulls.
Yep.
And you can actually take that and make it your own to the point where you're like, oh, that works.
Yes.
Right? Because to me, that is that song, that entrance song is forever Michael Jordan.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And the fact that FIFA has been able to integrate it into the pre-match ceremony and it works.
It works.
It works. And it's been really, really cool.
There's a spot going around, which is which they shot, which is so good. And she says, Calypso was born when Puerto Rican drummers visited the Caribbean. I forget the verbiage of it. I have to look it up, but it was like how the world has melded into these great things.
Yeah.
And then it leads into the World Cup.
Yeah.
And it was like, this was created when this country married this country and the cultures got together. And then this is what's happening.
It's Airbnb's ad campaign, I believe.
It's so good.
It's really good.
And it's so on point because it's what makes this
special.
Like a giant celebration. And it's special. And great sports. Like, ultimately, you can't have the fanfare without great sports.
Correct.
And last night, we think of it, we're star culture. Everybody's thinking when it comes to sports, right? Like, it's Brady and Mahomes and you're right.
Even Mahomes looked stunned.
I mean, that happened in our head,
Yeah.
right? So let's talk about Messi because, listen, I'm educated, but I'm not, I'm not going to be on the telestrator when it comes to the sport. I thought at 38, going on 39 in the MLS, like it's just a victory tour, right? It's one of those things. He was spectacular. First of all, he looked like he was 25, right? He was the best player on the field.
He's immortal.
He was the best player on the field by far, right?
Well, he's very shrewd with his energy. When he's on defense,
Yeah.
he's out, strolls around, but then he has strikes. He's just like a python
That's
or
right.
a cobra waiting.
That's why he's a striker.
That's Ovechkin, man.
Yeah, he's very
Like, those
smart
guys-
about his energy.
Yeah, but those guys do that.
Yeah.
Offensive players.
Yes.
No, that's A.J. Brown.
That's
taking
our
plays
Michkov.
off, right?
Yeah.
Let's go, Michi.
All right, park that, VG. You cannot say Michkov and, with due respect,
Yeah.
and Messi.
Hey,
It can't be in the
it's
same
offensive
conversation.
mindset. That's what we're
Shut
going
up, shut
for.
up.
Okay, stop. I got to stop you on that one.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Don't encourage
This is
him.
what I got to do.
This
every
is
day.
messy.
I know.
Like,
he was the greatest player on the field.
Mm-hmm.
I actually was like, at the end of the broadcast, they were talking about, hey, it's a privilege to watch this. And I felt the same way. I was like, you know what? That's not hyperbole, right?
No.
Like, to watch like greatness like that, it is like watching, at that age, it's LeBron, but it's even bigger because it's LeBron in the final. It would be LeBron doing what he's doing in the NBA Finals again,
Yes.
right? And he's in the World Cup. And
Star of stars.
And they took a goal away from him. And all day long after Mbappe, because you had Mbappe first, he scores 2 in the second half. The second goal was a rocket.
it was an unbelievable
Like a
goal.
laser, man.
I
Yeah.
mean, that
Laser
thing
beam.
was a rocket,
Right.
right? Then you have Holland, who's the Viking, right? Like
I mean, is
personified.
there? I know. It's like, I mean, talk about somebody who looks
Yeah.
the part, right? Like he is. He's.
He's
I
Thor.
love
looks
that
like-
guy. I love that
He
guy.
looks like the logo
He
of
does.
the Minnesota Vikings.
He does. We did see a couple Vikings, like people who had broken out Minnesota Vikings, the helmets and stuff yesterday with braids. All of it happening here.
Yes.
Yes.
It was. First of all, he's so big, right?
Oh.
So he's what's he about 6'5"? He's
Look
like,
at him.
he looks like
He
a
looks
giant,
ridiculous.
right?
He looks enormous
Right,
on the
he looks like a
field
giant.
compared to some of the
And
other
he's got
players.
the hair,
Yeah.
and the blonde,
Yeah.
and he's just a stud. He scores 2, almost had a hat trick,
Almost. So close.
right?
So close.
Like,
I think it
almost-
ended up being an own goal. I
Yes.
think they called it an own goal.
Yes,
6'5".
6'5",
Right.
and he could have had another one. He could have scored 4 or 5, right? So, and all day, in between the matches, which they do a great job. In between the matches, they're saying, "Oh well, what's Messi thinking right now? Messi's got the other 2 superstars delivered. Will Messi delivered?
Messi basically was like, hold my beer.
Right?
He would probably like, hold my
Yes.
Michelob Ultra, my
Yes.
Lay's,
Yes.
all of the things he's advertising. Hold my checks. I'll be right back.
Yes.
Let me just go remind everybody I'm the best. That was,
Yes.
and then
That's a Jordan Brady move,
totally.
right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's an elite move.
yes.
Yeah, like, okay. That was cute. Do
I'm
you think-
surprised he came out.
I
at
would
the
love,
end,
right.
'cause I
mean,
thought he was going to go for 4 at the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah,
I
I
was
think
ready
he's
to
like-
bet that he was going to
He
get the next
almost
one.
had. He almost
Yeah.
did.
I
He
tried to
almost
bet him. I was
had
like, he's off the board. He's off the board.
yeah.
I tried to bet him. That's crazy.
Unbelievable.
He was
Yeah.
so ridiculous, but like I thoroughly. You know what's funny? I had it on. I was doing some writing, and I got up from my desk and I sat and watched it like this. Like I would watch a football game,
Yeah.
and enjoyed every second of it. Like,
Yeah.
look at this dude. You can't take your eyes off him.
He's
He's a rock star.
He's
right?
a rock star.
He's a handsome rock star. The whole thing. Like, it doesn't get cooler than that guy.
I mean, it was just awesome to watch the progression of the day.
Yes.
And to have it capped off sort of with that type of performance, which again, to your point, it's what makes the World Cup special. right? The whole world was tuning in to watch Messi, no matter what time it was. Like, think about that. Like, there are people who are up in the middle of the night to watch that watch him.
Yeah, from Kansas City.
From Kansas City. And they are, and he delivered.
Yeah.
It was just a really special day of, if Monday was sort of like upset Monday, if you will, right?
Yeah.
Then yesterday.
Oh, I got a great story for Cape Verde.
I know. I know. I'm excited. I had no idea about that. That's so cool.
So we might as well get to it. We got some time. Poor Jules, like, yeah, well, you got to take
sort
a break.
of some time.
We're
here we got a couple hours.
I blow through breaks.
I know.
This poor thing.
Jules is giving the time out. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
We got content.
We're also here for a couple more hours.
Yes.
So you give the sponsors some love.
Yes.
Because look, are we going to get to do an Imagine That? Because look, imagine that.
Yes.
Excellent.
Very good.
Thank you.
Dude, they made the Xfinity 4K broadcast. Man,
it's really good.
Look amazing.
Yeah. The broadcast does look amazing.
It's so big. It feels so big.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Hear the crowd.
Yeah, the crowd's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And the amazing thing is it just started. Every one of these matches, the ratings, it feels like the world just got small.
Yeah.
Because we're all interconnected in a streaming universe where everybody watches whatever they want to watch on demand. We're all locked in together.
Correct. And it's one of the only sporting events that really does that. It's why when I first started to talk about the World Cup after we were selected as a host city, right? When I would say to people, well, think about this, Austria, Jordan last night, right? The 1 a.m. match still probably had 200 million people that tuned in to watch it, right? Like that's the scale of it, right? So I can't even imagine what last night's ratings were in the U.S., just in the U.S. on, Algeria, Argentina in Kansas City.
It's perfect time too, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And
half of us are forgetting the Phillies are even on.
I'm flipping back. I know, and they were 8, and they won 8-2.
That was the 9 o'clock.
Yeah, they were the 9 o'clock. 6 o'clock was
Viking.
Yeah, Norway.
Holland.
Yeah,
Norway. Because I was excited. I love the staggered of the time. The games actually fit in a great window.
Totally.
And
it's great.
Like I'm an NFL man, right? So I like the 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Right, windows. But they fit nicely, like into the whole thing.
They really do. And right now, you're playing with ties, right? So right, if it's 0-0, 1-1, like it's ending, right? Like in the group stage. But by when we get to the week of June 28th, you're going into PKs. You're going into extra time. You're going into extra time. The stress levels go up.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah,
I love the fact they expanded the tournament this year too. It really works.
Well, I think that's the 48 teams that they've brought in, and again, for Ireland and Italy didn't make it. But here's our squads that are beyond the U.S. men's national team. But I would say this: if the growth of the sport in Africa, the African nations are here to play.
Well, yes, they're really, really good.
Really good.
Really good.
And I know France beat Senegal yesterday, but Senegal's a good squad.
By the way, they were close. That game
very close.
It didn't get out of hand until the second half.
But it was 2-1 final. Look, we saw it. We saw it the other, on Sunday night. Cote d'Ivoire.
Yeah.
With Ecuador.
Yeah.
They're a good squad, and they have players on that team that if they were born in the United States, they would play football.
Yeah.
That size.
Yes.
Like their build, the speed.
Yeah, the speed.
Right, the speed.
Yeah,
but
the athleticism.
And so when you see them playing soccer, it's at a different speed than we can than anyone has anticipated.
It's true. Yes, that's a great point. And then Senegal. Off the coast of Senegal, it's Cape Verde.
That's right.
It's right there. Because I did my geography lesson.
That's
yesterday.
right. We're doing geography and sports. It's really, this is a this is a learning tournament.
Yes.
Right? This is a teaching moment for everyone. There's a lot of geography happening, a lot of Googling.
I love it.
Shout out to Google. You've helped us all.
I absolutely love it. All right, lots to get to. All right. Coming up, we're going to get back to all the World Cup. It's going to be a celebration today of what's happening here, what's going to happen Friday, what's going to happen later today. There's a great match between Croatia and England today, coming up at 3 o'clock. Like it's going to be another awesome day of this stuff. So we got you covered every which way. But coming up, Flyers made a trade.
And a good one.
Yes, Meg. Yes, a very good one. It was a really good trade. And Charlie O will join us to break it down. But first, a word from our friends. All right, we're good. I just want to make sure I wait for my cue. So, listen, the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app is there for all your soccer coverage. VG and Chooch have been just raking it. They just been killing it.
I gave out 3 winners yesterday.
All right, what about today? What do you got today?
No,
Big
today,
shot.
Today.
Come on, man. What do you expect? What do you like yesterday? You want your pats on the back
All
and
right.
the flowers? Well, who cares?
Right now.
Give the kids.
My bets I got in right now. Ghana pat him out. Draw. Colombia. I got a 2-pick parlay. Over 2.5 goals in Colombia money line. 3-pick parlay on Portugal. We got over 6.5 corners. Portugal money line. Over 1.5 goals.
I like Portugal today.
And in England, Croatia.
Deathmatch.
All right, wait for that.
All right.
Tease that because
All right.
we also have a
We got 3
great
pick parlay.
Croatia coming up.
I'm not saying it in front of him.
All right.
Oh, man.
BetParks.com has all the details for all the rewards you get, and everything else. You got to be 21 in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Now let's talk about Xfinity and the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. What if I could tell you that's right, have intelligent, reliable Wi-Fi. Keep it the same price for 5 whole years. That's the guarantee, man. If you have Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home work together, it finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. It lets you stream a game even when the whole family's online playing video games. All your devices work in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. Best part, there's no annual contracts. There's no hidden fees. Xfinity's best equipment included. Take it from a lot changes in 5 years. Championships are won. Records are broken. Kids grow bigger than you. Wi-Fi stays the same. Lock in your price. Unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. Learn more. Xfinity.com. Xfinity.
Imagine that.
Select plans only. Restrictions apply. All right. We got our man with us, Jules Rules. All right, now joining us from the All PHLY Flyers show. Didn't expect a move that quickly. The great Charlie O'Connor on the Xfinity mobile call-in line.
Charlie O'Connor, hockey whiz, best in the biz. Everyone agrees. It's Charlie. It's Charlie.
Good morning, Charlie.
Hey guys, how you doing?
We're doing great as we are live at FanFest. A spectacular scene, Charlie. You would appreciate it.
Yeah, I love Lemon Hill. I used to live up in Fairmount. I moved away in like 2022, but I used to go walking around there all the time. It's beautiful.
Yeah, you moved away. You moved to South Philly.
Yep.
So far.
Yeah, I moved away.
That's right.
Like you moved to Chicago.
I can't walk there anymore.
Yeah, you absolutely can. This is a highly walkable city, Charlie. I've been walking everywhere.
It's pretty far.
It is. It is.
Get one of those rent-a-bikes.
Yeah,
Like up here.
Indigo.
Yeah.
Child, did you expect a move this quickly? I like the trade a lot.
No, I did not. I didn't expect them to be this active this quickly. We were actually in the building in the Flyers training center, their practice facility, when the trade was announced, because we have our pre-draft availability with Danny Briere about a week before the draft every year. And 5 minutes before we're about to meet with Danny, they announced the trade. So we were able to interview Danny Briere right after we made the trade.
So, what did you? First of all, Wohl is a very good upgrade, I think, to Ersan. But explain to everybody what they're getting and Wolf, who comes over from Toronto.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good goalie. The big reason why he was available in the first place is because he does have injury issues. He's struggled to stay healthy, especially when he gets handed, a significant share of the workload. In Philadelphia, presumably, he won't be given that big of a share of the workload because he's going to be more of a, I would say a high-end backup to Dan Vladar, who, unless he falters, will presumably be the number one. Wohl's a good goalie. He's got size. He's got, a degree of athleticism. And the way I described it in the article I wrote for ALLPHLY.com last night is that last year was considered to be a down year for Joseph Wohl. The previous 2 years, he was well over a 900 save percentage. Last year, he was down at 898. But even in a down year for Joseph Wohl, he still had a save percentage 28 points better than Sam Emerson. So, we're talking about like the floor of Wohl is still way, way better than what the Flyers have gotten the last couple of years from Sam Emerson. And that's huge because, look, the Flyers this past season, they had to battle their way into the playoffs. They didn't own any of the tiebreakers because they won so many games in shootouts and in overtime. And they had to wait until game 81 before they clinched their spot. If you have a better backup goalie, maybe you win 3 or 4 more games and you're not sweating it out. You're comfortably in. You can rest some guys. You're better prepared for the postseason. So I think this is a dramatic upgrade for the Flyers at their position where statistically, at least, they were the weakest, the goaltender behind Vladar.
Yeah, and the beauty about this thing is exactly what you said. The fact that, it's when he has a heavy workload is when he begins to break down. And having Vladar and him, it also saves Vladar, right? Like, he was beat up toward the end, tired. Like, he played a lot of games. So having that 1A and a 1B is I think, a great way to attack it.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it on our show, the PHLY Flyers show yesterday, that Vladar is almost certainly in the next couple of weeks going to be signed to an extension that'll kick in after next season. The general consensus is that it's probably going to be, maybe 6 years, probably 5 years. But that means that you've got Vladar most likely for another 6 years because there's 1 more year on his current deal, then another 5 on his soon to be signed new deal. If that's the case, you're going to want to watch his workload a little bit because this is a guy now that suddenly you're going to be depending upon, as he plays into his early to mid 30s. So maybe you don't want to run him into the ground the way you did this season, the way, his previous record in terms of starts going into the season was around 30. I don't remember the exact number. I know it was around 30. This year, if you count the playoffs, he was over 60. So maybe you don't want to do that to him if you want to try to make sure that he ages well into this contract that you're about to give him. And Joseph Wohl presumably gives them a better chance of being able to manage his workload because he's just a better goalie. I mean, I'm sure Danny Briere preferred for Vladar to play less, but when Sam Emerson is giving you terrible goaltending for the first 2/3 of the season, it's hard for a coach to play a guy that you don't trust. And my expectation is he'll trust Wohl a lot more because he's a better goalie.
Charlie, are you comfortable with the Vladar at 6 years after the one season?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's technically 6, I guess, because he's got 1 more year on his deal, so 5 in addition. Honestly, you know what? I'm not gonna bother going through all the nuances. Yeah, I'm comfortable. I think he's a good goalie. Is there risk? Of course, there's risk because there's risk for goalies because goalies are weird, and sometimes you think they're real good, and then they stink out of nowhere. Sometimes you think they stink, and then they get real good out of nowhere. But yeah, I'm pretty confident that Vladar is legitimately a quality goalie, and the cap's going to be going up dramatically over the next few years. So the $5.5-ish million cap hit that he's going to be on in 3 years is probably going to be backup money.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. Like I'm happy with it. Like to me, that's a contract that makes sense for me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my thing is like it would be one thing if they were giving him $8 million, and maybe if he has another year next year like he did this year, they would have had to give him $8 million because I mean technically they could wait it out and sign him to a contract, well into next season, even leading up to to July 1 next year. But if he has another great year, then suddenly he reaches an entirely different pay bracket. So
you're right. And by the way, there is like the guy earned it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, and there's such a thing where you earn it. He's the type of guy that's going to respond, not get fat with your contract, and I think it sets a good precedent to the rest of the room and to the league.
Well, I think he's been in.
Right?
I mean, I think one of the things about Vladar that kind of has borne out, as they went through the playoff run, was what a good locker room guy and what a good influence and kind of stabilizing force he's been. And I think that, if you're kind of a team that's kind of up and coming, having somebody like that is important.
I don't you think so, Charles? I mean, just the fact, because that was a theme that we discussed a lot during the playoff run and before.
Yeah, he's an extremely positive influence on that room, to be sure. Lots of guys have talked about how it'll be in the middle of a game and he'll come over from his net and go over to the bench and give the guys a little pick me up. If they're struggling, be like, we got this, don't worry. If they're playing well, it's like, yeah, let's lock this down. We're doing great. Goalies don't usually do that. So yeah, Vladar's a popular guy, and at some point down the road, whether it's year 3, year 4, year 5 of his contract, which we all expect to be signed in early July, he probably will have to, if not take a back seat, at least play a mentor role to one of the young goalies they have developing, whether that's Igor Zavrag and whether that's Carson Bjarnason, whether Alexei Kolosov figures things out down in the minors and takes a step. They plan to have one of those guys be their future in net. And I have full confidence that when one of those guys is ready, that Dan Vladar will be a positive influence on him too.
Yeah.
I think that tracks.
Yeah.
Completely. All right. One last thing, Charlie. What do you think about Torts not getting the?
We're not done with Charlie.
Okay. I was like this.
Oh,
I was like, what are we doing?
Like, what's next?
Oh, what's next? Draft.
Trade.
Trades, draft.
Who are they hunting?
Yeah, we'll go there first.
Well, go ahead.
I thought it was interesting that even after getting to the Stanley Cup Finals, that the Vegas was like, no thanks on Torts.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they would have won the cup. Then I'm not sure if you can let him go.
That's a real tough. That's a tough one. Like, you're fired. Thanks for the cup.
Thanks for the cup, John. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
We can't take you in the building.
Yeah.
Nobody wants you in the building. But thanks, buddy.
Hey, exactly.
I mean, there is an element, and I talked about this with Bill on our show and off air, that it would have been fascinating to see John Tortorella there for a full season because, number one, given the fact that he's the coach who gives 0 Fs and Vegas is a team that gives 0 Fs, they would have probably killed each other. Him and Kelly McCrimmon would have killed each other by the end of that season. They would have literally gotten into a fist fight. But number two, Vegas is the team where part of the reason why their cutthroat strategy works is because every player in the league wants to play in Vegas. They want to play for Vegas. It's such a destination. It would have been fascinating to see if that held when the destination location is coached by the coach that so many players in the league do not want to play for.
This is all, there was just that really feels, you should call TV Todd and that should be a show. That would be I mean, that was.
You play the sitcom music.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's Torts.
Right. It was just such a. It was such a wild thing. But it was pretty wild to see right after it was thank you and here's the door. Yeah. After a Stanley Cup run.
You're a jerk. Thanks for helping us. You're really a jerk. Nobody wants you around. I mean, he's got no chance to get an Edmonton or Toronto job, does he?
No.
Well, Toronto just hired Hiller, former LA coach.
Edmonton's
so he's
going
not getting that job.
Yeah.
I mean, look, maybe Edmonton could be a possibility because they're trying to get Babcock, but now they're having to go through an NHL investigation because of the fallout from what happened in Columbus. What my understanding is that they wanted Babcock because McDavid wanted Babcock. I don't think McDavid's going to want Torts, but I didn't think McDavid would want Babcock because Babcock's insured too. So maybe he would want.
But wait, Cassidy? Wouldn't they go Cassidy?
I mean, if Vegas lets them talk to Cassidy, they haven't let them talk to Cassidy.
Yeah.
Maybe McDavid just thinks the guys need a kick in the butt. Torts the guy to come in.
No, there's no way. There's no way that happens.
I think we see Torts take a year. Take a year off.
Yeah, I think he's done.
Multi-year.
Go rescue some dogs.
Maybe,
Yeah, you do.
maybe this is just his new role. He's the coach
He's
who
the
hires
fixer.
with
Yeah.
8 games left
Mr.
in the
Wolf.
season going into
Yeah.
the playoffs. Yeah,
That's right. Make a run.
Yeah, Mr. Wolf. That's a great role, man. Where are we going this year? This year we're going to Vancouver. All right. I find it interesting with Talk, right? Because I was talking to Talk recently, and Charlie, he's very cognizant of the Torts way, right? I'm not being the Torts way and not staying the same, right? Like, we were talking about his relationship with the players, and he's like, he goes, the way I look at it is, I'm this generation of player. You can't be like the guy hardo all the time. Like, they're not going to respond to you. And he goes, not that I'm friends with him, but we have this kind of, really close relationship that I really want to foster. And he said something interesting to me. He goes, I don't have a ton of rules for them. He goes, one of my only rules is, like, when we're together as a team in the cafeteria, no phones. Like, let's just enjoy each other while we eat. And he talked about changing things up constantly because this generation of player and really this generation is bored. We as people are so much more bored easily now than ever before. So he's got that in mind, which, Charlie, I like.
Yeah, well, I mean, I do think they need to make some changes. Now, he might have been talking more about, like interpersonal changes, how he handles certain players, his attitude, just make sure to keep things fresh. But, the main focus of my article on Tockett's exit interview, and it's going to be a main focus of mine going into next season, is I think they need to find ways to create more offense. This is a good defensive team. They play a strong defensive style. Tocchet did a really good job of implementing, defensive zone discipline, helping out the goalies by having the defense take away the backdoor pass. Did a really good job on that front. They need to produce more offense. They need to score more goals in the power play, but they even need to produce more offense at 5-on-5. So I hope he can make changes there.
Yeah, I mean, of course, the power play was killer.
Yeah,
because it's a net negative. The energy that you lose by not converting on the power play makes it a net negative. It makes it worse. But that's only going to get fixed when you have a defenseman that can quarterback it.
Yeah, I mean, it helps. I look at other teams that don't have a lot of talent, and they find ways to not have the worst power play in hockey. And I think there's more there. And I think Tocchet gets that. Like, one thing he said that was very interesting, I thought, after the season in exit interviews, we were asking him about the power play and what he's going to do. And he's like, look, some of this is going to come from, acquiring better players, development of the guys we have. But as coaches, we need to look at ourselves in the mirror and try to make changes in terms of how we get our message across. And like, one thing he said that he's already been talking about with his staff, before even going away for the summer, was maybe we need to do like less tape study and more on ice work. Like, he brought up the idea of like, hey, instead of a half an hour before practice, we're in the video room looking at power play tape. Maybe that half an hour we spend on the ice, just creating muscle memory. And he's like, these are the things that like we have to consider as a coaching staff, because clearly, we were trying to get our message across, and the players would seem like they understood what we wanted them to do. And then they go out on the ice in a game, and it would seem like the entire game plan was thrown out the window because there would be a play that we talked about on the ice that would pop up, and the guy just wouldn't make it. And it's like, I told you, like, it was there. And then you watch it on replay, and it's like, yep, it was there. I just didn't see it. Like, maybe they have to do a little bit more hands-on on ice stuff as opposed to just teaching in the room. And that speaks to what you're saying about Tocchet maybe trying to change things up a little bit philosophically.
Yeah, I like the fact that he recognizes that, right? Like, not a lot of coaches, like coaches that have been around and have won in the past and the whole thing, there's a steadfast about them, right? They listen, I've done it. Instead of being open to change, open to evolving, because every day, whatever you do, whether it's this, like, we've evolved from traditional TV and radio into what this is, and you evolve as a professional. And I like the fact that Tocchet's thinking that way, and I would love if he can somehow help land help Danny Briere land Quinn Hughes.
That would be great.
That
Charlie,
would be ideal.
Charlie, when we talk about the power play, this has been going on for multiple coaches, multiple years here. And aside from the talent, like, I'm not familiar. So in basketball, you have a motion, you have a triangle. How many different systems or like philosophies are there on the power play throughout the league? Are there like 3 or 4 different, like, I don't know, systems or styles against with the power play, or is every team unique?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say there are dramatic differences. Like, there's different formations. The 1-3-1 in the offensive zone is generally speaking like the widely used one today, where you got a guy at the net front, you got 2 guys on the half wall, you got 1 guy in the middle in the slot, they call it the bumper, and then you got the quarterback up top at the point. That's probably the most widely used, but there's other ways that other teams do it. Some guys use 2 net front options. There's the 2-3, there's overload. Like, there's different ways you can do it. I feel like if the Flyers are going to figure out this power play, they're probably going to have to use hybrids, where you have like, they're at a 1-3-1 sometimes, but then they shift. There's a lot of motion. And because one of the things that I think hurt them this year on the power play, and I don't want to get into the Mishkov at all, but the fact of the matter is that most teams, they stack their top power play. Yeah. All their best offensive players are on their top power play unit. That unit gets, a minute 10, a minute 15. The other second unit gets a little bit less. They weren't able really to do that this year because both Trevor Zegras and Matvei Mishkov both prefer to be on the right side of the formation. Now, they prefer to do slightly different things. Mishkov likes to hang out by the net. Zegras prefers to be a little bit higher up where he's a playmaker. But when you have 2 guys who are probably your most offensively gifted guys, both like to be on in the same general spot in the formation, it's hard to put them on the same unit. Yeah. They need to figure out a way this summer, whether it's by creating motion. They need to figure out a way to have them both on there. They need to find a way to have both of them on the same unit. They just have to.
You're right. I think that was part of what they were trying to tinker with when he put Michkov on the other side.
Yeah.
It was because of Zegras and trying to make it work. Now, you're right. Like that, like Michkov has to be on the first power play and he's got to be on the ice for a minute 20. Like, that's got to be like you can't waste that kind of skill on the power play. Like, that just has to be. Like, you saw what's going on. Like, when you got Edmonton and you got the 2 killers, right? That's their power play, right? And unless they need to do it late in the game, they'll put them on the same line. But that's their power play, is having the killers on the line. And you got to do that. How does Martone fit into that? Because he's another net front. Now, he's a net front guy. Yeah.
And Martone, he's the other guy where, like, you got to design a unit, I think, where it's like you got those 3 out there, the 4th 4, whatever, and then hopefully you go out there and get a power play defenseman. You sign John Carlson, maybe David Jiricek explodes in his first year in Philadelphia, and he establishes himself as that guy. But yeah, Martone, like, he could be a net front guy. He scored some goals on the power play, even in his short time with the team so far at the net front. He can do that. But he's also a good enough playmaker that I don't know if I want him exclusively at net front, which is why I really do think the solution here, and this is something where, like, it's complicated. You're going to have to create a power play with a lot of motion. You're going to have to create power play where sometimes Martone is at net front. Sometimes he's on the left half boards. Yeah. Then you've got Zegras. Then you got Zegras and Mishkov, where, like, sometimes Zegras is playmaking. Sometimes Zegras is below the goal line. Sometimes Mishkov is on the right side. Like, I think you're going to have to create a lot of motion and a lot of reads to be able to take full advantage of the talent you guys have on hand. And that's something that, like, and I said this in articles during the playoffs.
You got 3 guys right there that could play the bumper.
Yeah. But, like, I said this in the playoffs, like, you can't do that overnight. Like, you can't design a power play with that kind of complexity overnight. But I hope that, Tocchet and Yogi Tchaikovsky, who coaches the power play, like, Jay Verity, who also helps with the power play, that those guys this summer are hard at work figuring out a way to take advantage of all the guys they have on the same unit and come up with creative ways to make that work. I really hope they are.
Yeah. Great point, buddy. Great point. Chow, awesome stuff as always. It's so much. It's great that we're able to, like,
talk about the Flyers in June, post Stanley Cup. Like, we're thinking about next year. That's the best.
All right, we got to trade. Let's go. What's next?
Yep,
that's cool. Right, Chow, you're the man, buddy. What time today?
1 p.m. is our show, and I haven't looked at the outline yet, so I don't know what Bill has cooked up, but I'm sure it'll be a great show.
Of course, as it always is. So we love you guys. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, brother. We appreciate y'all.
All right, see you guys.
Here he is, Charlie O, on the Xfinity mobile call-in line. As we hang here at this beautiful setup, I can't tell you how awesome this is. I really do yourself a favor, guys. You know, we still got plenty of days left for FanFest. Make it part of the rotation. You know, once, twice a week, come by, hang out. It's spectacular. It really is.
Got sun, they got shade, they got water, they got beer, they got everything you want.
Play hooky from work.
Yeah.
Come out, watch a match.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, man.
Just take a day. Take a day.
We're watching Croatia, England today.
Yes, the big match. That's today's big match at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Today's a great day to watch soccer and listen to the Phils on the radio.
Yes, because
Sit out here.
That's right.
They were 1 o'clock today.
1 o'clock, business person special.
That's right. Yeah, Mike Gansey.
Oh,
Black catted the no-hitter yesterday. Like, yo,
way to
dude,
start it off.
shut up!
I mean, was that not the most Sixers thing ever? It was.
This is what they do.
Get out of their own way.
It's like you
It's unbelievable.
killed a no hitter in two seconds.
2 seconds.
2 seconds.
Come on, Mike.
He's already
He's
here.
a great dude. Like, you can see he's
Yeah.
a great guy. Like,
Yeah.
you can see. But, my God, you want to talk about put him in the bathroom. You want to talk about a mush. Yo, Mike.
He's got the funk already on him. He's been here like 48 hours.
It's a Sixer virus. Whoever come here gets infected. They just do the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Kevin Kincaid from Crossing Broad was here on opening day.
He's a great soccer guy.
Great soccer guy, great soccer writer at Crossing Broad. And I was joking. He was sitting in the media filing center, and I saw him from behind. I hadn't had a chance to say hello. I was like, "It's really exciting that Mike Gansey is here from
they
the
are
Sixers."
Doppelganger.
Doppelgangers.
Yeah, doppelganger. It's great.
I know, but that was a
Kevin
tough. That's a
wouldn't
tough one.
Kevin wouldn't have ruined the no-hitter.
Yeah.
No.
He
No.
would have known
He
better.
knew. He knows better.
Not to bring that up.
Don't speak.
What-
If it's happening, don't talk about
dude,
it.
Like, what kind of sports guy are you?
So I'll tell you a quick funny.
Like, honestly,
yeah.
I got to question you. Just by you should know that.
That is never to be spoken. So I'll tell you a story when my stepdad and I we went to Roy Halladay's no hitter in the
Oh, wow.
playoffs.
Against the
And
Reds. I was
against
there.
the Reds, and we
Yeah.
were supposed to sit up in 428. That was where our tickets were, and we had a tradition that when we would go to the game, we would go, and there was one. This is what 2010. So there was one of the beer stands that had Guinness on tap. Right, my stepdad, he loved Guinness, and he always wanted to have one Guinness before we went, and we would have the sausage and peppers, a beer, and he'd have a Guinness, I'd have a beer, and then we'd go to our seats. And we were 2 innings in. And he went like this, "We're not moving." And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "We're not leaving this spot. We're going to stand here." He said, "Roy Halladay," he said, "I've only seen one other no-hitter in person." He saw Sandy Koufax at Connie Mack. Wow. In the early 60s. He said, he's going to throw. This is what it looks like. Second inning. This is what it looks like.
He's very...
And we stood there the whole game.
He was very wise.
Very wise.
Because it had a look. There was a couple times when I was there, I was covering that game. I was in the press box, and I felt the same thing. Like I've covered a handful of no-hitters. I saw one perfect game, and there is a vibe. And how they used to give off that vibe.
He gave that vibe a lot.
Like
the years he was here.
Because if you didn't get him in the first inning,
You didn't get him.
and he just got stronger and stronger and stronger. And he would go 9, and if you weren't barreling him up, and it was hard to barrel him up, like, you got that vibe, man. That's sharp that he said that.
I was gonna say that was that's one of my all-time favorites. That's an all-time favorite Steve Wood story.
That is a great story.
Yeah.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. We got we're gonna take a quick TO. Coming up, Zach Berman is going to join us. Our friend Zachariah, who we love now at the Athletic, and we miss him. We love him. He's going to join us. I want to talk about Sorsby. And I do know the Eagles are doing a lot of due diligence when it comes to Sorsby.
Yep.
And I think they're going to be in the mix. That's what they do. So I want to talk about that. We'll talk about the whole offense with Zach Fields. He's terrific. He's a big soccer guy, too. which we love. So I thought it'd be perfect to have Zach on
Perfect.
today. So we'll do Zach and then come back and then kind of set up the week, because the week is going to be an amazing, like Friday in this town is going to be wild.
It is.
It's going to be wild. We cannot wait. So
This is going to be the party.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about that. And also, remind me to tell you the Cape Verde Devon story. I was on the phone with Devon's father for like 45 minutes
I love
yesterday.
that. I love that.
Getting the whole story about Cape Verde. Awesome. Awesome stuff. But first, a word from our friends.
This summer, declare your independence from hot, miserable sleep with Ashley Stars and Stripes mattress sale. Stay cool all night with cooling mattresses starting at just $6.99. Plus, for a limited time, save up to $1,000 on select mattresses and pay 0% interest for 60 months. That's 5 full years interest-free on better sleep. So stop sweating through summer nights and sleep cooler, longer, and more comfortably. Freedom from hot sleep starts today at Ashley Stars and Stripes mattress sale. Shop for more deals in-store or at ashley.com. You know that moment, the one you realize you left your favorite sunglasses at the beach, on the roof of your car, at a gas station 3 states away. Well, I've been there too, because I left a pair of really nice sunglasses at a hotel in Toronto, and I was screwed. And then I was hesitant. Did I want to buy nice sunglasses like Shady Rays? And then when I did buy them, I'm afraid to wear them. Shady Rays changes everything. They've changed the game, because these sunglasses are made for real life. Seriously good looking, polarized, durable, not stupidly expensive. And here's the wild part. If you lose them, break them, day one, Shady Rays will send you a brand new pair. No guilt trip, just replacements. So now I actually wear my sunglasses everywhere without fear. Concerts, mosh pits, on hikes, traveling through the city, on a boat, wherever, because Shady Rays is the eyewear that has your back. So go to shadyrays.com and use the code PHLYSR for 50% off 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses. This summer, declare your independence from hot, miserable sleep with Ashley Stars and Stripes mattress sale. Stay cool all night with cooling mattresses starting at just $6.99. Plus, for a limited time, save up to $1,000 on select mattresses and pay 0% interest for 60 months. That's 5 full years interest-free on better sleep. So stop sweating through summer nights and sleep cooler, longer, and more comfortably. Freedom from hot sleep starts today at Ashley Stars and Stripes mattress sale. Shop for more deals in-store or at ashley.com.
Welcome back.
This guy. Breaking news. Anthony's got new cologne.
No, it's just
It's delightful.
Thank you, man.
Absolutely.
My
Look,
wife
I
got
gotta.
me this. She's like, "Look, this cologne's really good. Like, you gotta let me." And so it puts you in a good. Sometimes it's the scent. Like she said, "Let me try it." This is yesterday, and it was like, "Wow, I like it."
There you go.
And it puts you in a good, even mood, right? So then I was leaving today, instead of putting the other stuff, I got a million of them. Me and Massimo.
You have, okay, so you have different ones?
Oh,
Come on, man. He's
30
old
of
school Italian guy back at
Fair.
the clubs.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I have 2. Like, there are 2 scents. That's it. We
Yeah, like your
alternate
signature
between-
smells.
I have signature.
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
a
yeah.
signature set.
Yes.
So
Right.
these are
Yes.
mine. So,
Yeah.
no, I got many of them. Massimo and I,
of course.
Now, are
Anthony
you,
doesn't wear it. Massimo and I do, and we belong to this club, this Scent Bird. It's called Scent Bird.
Okay.
yeah. It's like, remember back in the day,
Yeah.
they send you a record in the mail?
Yeah, this is that. They
Yeah,
send
he
you a
gets
cologne.
So like,
Okay.
but it's like expensive clothes. It's cheap.
That's
right?
good.
It's cheap,
Hey.
right? And she belongs to this Scent Bird, and they'll send different, whatever,
Nice.
and it comes out like it's great. And
Listen,
now,
I have no judgment on that. I mean, I rent from Newly. You Stitch Fix. It's
Right.
all the same.
right?
Send me stuff in the mail. I love it.
Yeah, like all right, and give it some, some work, some don't.
Yeah.
And you
So
do it.
you doing like Moss and not going to tell anyone what your scent is? You're going to tell us what you're wearing?
No, I don't know. She told me, but I honestly don't know. It's not a designer. It's I don't know. There's a whole scent movement. You know about this?
Scent movement.
Yes, and these
Cologne's making a comeback?
Yes, it's not cologne. It's scent, and there's these
Okay.
mixologists.
Cologne
Yes,
bird, no.
there are
Scent bird, yeah.
mixologists. Yes,
Well,
but a scent movement. I mean,
Yes,
like,
Yeah,
Yes. Yes,
Like, are they taking?
They're outside City Hall.
That's
They're all
right, they're
spraying
marching.
people down with
no,
cologne
but there's
for scents.
no, but there's the people now that concoct them.
Yes.
There've always been people that concoct.
Yeah, they were those people in the
No,
middle of the
but
mall that you
now-
avoided,
Yes.
right
Now-
when they were trying to spray you.
Yeah.
Now they're even like
They got PhDs doing it now, like these chemists and stuff.
Oh, it's taking it to another level.
Essential oils.
They're like become
Different.
like chefs, like these perfumists. They
are perfumists.
They
Is that
become.
what you're wearing? Perfume?
They come from chefs. Dude, I'll knock you out here. We're 2 stories up. So
Nobody. Let's all.
I've broken my neck once. Let's go. Let's do it
geez.
twice.
Yeah. Like I there are times I look at his chin and I see a bullseye because it's so pronounced.
Yeah.
Like that, I just want to break his jaw. Like
It's
just
not.
for fun.
No. Come on.
So
No.
people want to know: are you a spray in the air and walk into it? Do you spray on your body?
Yes.
You spray in the air and walk through it?
Yeah. You don't want to. And I'm light with it. Like I don't go heavy. I'm heavy. And Moss was
I would
too
say
heavy.
you're. Yeah, I was like, it's not heavy.
No.
How
like,
many
definitely
sprays?
not.
One spray in the air?
One spray in the air, right?
Yeah.
And then you walk through, and that's it. Maybe one time on your wrist, and you just like that. That's
Okay.
it. But joining us right now on the Xfinity mobile calling line, you're going to get cracked, is my main man. Oh, we miss him. We love him. All right?
Welcome to the perfume hour.
Yes.
Here.
Mr. Reginald said it's a cute scent. Cuz.
Thank you, Reg. Thanks, Reg. We love him. Covers the Eagles for The Athletic. He was here. Will always be family with us. And we would always welcome him back at any point because he's the greatest. Our buddy, Zach Berman. Zachariah!
Zach.
Hey, good morning. It's great seeing you guys. I miss all of you there.
Oh,
Miss you, Zach.
man, we miss you, buddy. I was listening to Zach today, right? I had the Tunis on, and Zach comes on. I'm like, I love it. I miss my boy, man. Because he was always, listen, we have a great staff. We love each other at
You can tell.
PHLY.
Minus the whole I'm going to punch VG in the chin. It's all love. So much love.
We love it. And I especially, Zachariah, one of the greats. Buddy, listen, you're a soccer man, too. How incredible is this?
It's incredible. I'm taking my son on Monday to the France game.
Awesome.
We are so excited. I've been glued to every one of these games, jealous of everyone covering it. Like this is a bucket list type thing. So I'm 40 years old. I remember 94 distinctly. To see it now, to see how it's grown since then, it's amazing, and it's awesome that Philly gets to experience it. So I am so pumped. I can't wait to be there on Monday.
It's going to be electric. You're going to love the stadium experience. Is extraordinary.
Dude,
Can't
you get
wait.
to see Mbappe. Like, I'm with you. I wish I was covering this thing. Like, I actually had this pang about like when I was at the Post and I got to do every big event and everything. And I'm like, oh my God, I could write for days on this event. It's so amazing, Zach. And you're going to get a chance to see Mbappe in person. It's like seeing Jordan.
Exactly. I mean, I was going through with my son the whole France roster. I wish I knew more about Iraq's roster. I'll find that out on Monday. But getting a chance to see France is gonna be pretty special.
And listen, you're a great sportsman. And yesterday, Meg and I were talking about this earlier. The stars, right? The stars. Like first it was Mbappe with 2 goals. Then it was Haaland with 2 goals. And then Messi comes in and just trumps at all of it. I mean, it was amazing with a hat trick.
And then I'm looking at the different combinations for what that July 4th game could be, and there could be major star power in Philly on July 4th as well. So it's just loaded here.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are we looking at? Possibilities like the
If everything bears out, it would be France Germany in Philly on July 4th, which would be pretty spectacular.
Oh my God!
Great
yeah.
match. Great match.
Yes.
The French, and we've been working with their federation and delegation, and they're fantastic, and they're very hopeful to be back, as they said, a second time.
Well, the Parkway is modeled after the Champs-Élysées.
That's right.
So there is a kinship.
There's always been a
between
kinship.
Paris and from Ben Franklin from Paris and Philadelphia.
It's interesting because a lot of the feedback that we've gotten from fans, especially those who have never been to Philadelphia, is that that Philadelphia feels very European to them. It's a very European. It feels a very European city.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Zach, let's talk about Sorsby.
You got it.
So I'm hearing, the Eagles will certainly have interest, and I know they're doing their due diligence, and I'm hearing actually some positive things about him, even though it's a very difficult situation.
Yeah, and you hit it on the head there. I mean, I can't speak to their evaluation of him. You look at the situation overall, though. This is they've had tolerance in the past for a player in Isaiah Rodgers who had a gambling incident. Now, they're all different, right? Isaiah Rodgers' situation is different than Sorsby, gambling on his own team while in college. But this is all part of what you look at when you look at the value proposition, though, in the supplemental draft. If you're able to land a player who could have been the second quarterback off the board this year in a middle round, it's something who at the very least you need to consider. Now, there are human dynamics at play, as you know well, when the Eagles have taken quarterbacks in the past, going back to Kevin Cobb, going back to Jalen Hurts, right? There are different dynamics you have to consider with the quarterbacks in place. But simply from a value perspective, if you're able to get a potential high level quarterback in the supplemental draft, it's something that you'd be remiss not to do all your due diligence.
Yeah, and this is what's fascinating. Now, you mentioned that the Eagles have never been shy about this, and I lived through the Michael Vick stuff. You remember that? I'll never forget. It was a preseason game against the Patriots, and word came down that the Eagles were signing Mike Vick, and it was like, wow. And then when it got here, and part of it was the Eagles were so strong, had such a good culture, a good coaching staff, that they were able to absorb having a lightning rod situation like Michael Vick provided, right?
Absolutely. I mean, that was such a kind of a stunning moment when that news hit that he was signed. I remember that vividly.
Yeah.
I remember vividly because I also had my cell phone number put out by PETA. And received calls for days on end.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I was working at Vault Communications. We represented Tasty Cake, and they had just announced their Eagles partnership like 3 days before. So it was a PETA. Yeah, it was a fascinating time. What a time to be alive.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's good when you're like, I was in Chicago on a business trip and I was getting like voicemails that's like, I'm watching you. I'm like, at your apartment. I'm like, well, I'm not there, so I can't be scared. So cool. Type that up, send it to legal.
You're the best. Oh my God. Zach, I this is a team, especially a quarterback. And here's the thing. You're a college football guy.
Yeah.
Sorsby's good, right? Like, he's big, he's mobile, he's good.
Yeah. Now, I don't want to be disingenuous. I did not watch as much Cincinnati last year as maybe Indiana, seeing Mendoza, Alabama, seeing Ty Simpson. But I've seen highlights of him and saw Cincinnati once or twice last year to say that, he's a really good quarterback. I mean, the salary that Texas Tech was going to pay him this year,
$6 million,
shows that he's a high level quarterback.
Yeah.
And it was a weak quarterback draft class this past year. So for him to bypass that, to go to Texas Tech when there was going to be NFL interest. Yeah, I mean, he's a player you have to look at. Now, it's not a typical quarterback prospect because of the reason why he's available here. But this is all part, it's like I said earlier, if you're a GM like Howie, it's his job to look into every avenue. And if you're not, if you're just writing it off based on principle here, you're not doing your job. So I imagine these are conversations that Howie and Dom and everyone in the building are at least looking at. And so once you consider the non-football part of it, then you have to do the football evaluation from there.
Yeah, and Jeffrey's one that, listen, if he get a chance to win, he's unafraid at stuff like this. What are you hearing from around the league as to what will they use? What round will they select him in? I was talking to Mike Garofolo. He thought second round that people would start to use it. Now, Jeff Schwartz thought 5th to 6th round.
Yeah, and I mean, the way I think about Mike, right? And so if he's saying that, I take that to the bank. The complicating factor here is this: you're using a draft pick for next year. So let's say, in theory, Sorsby was the second quarterback off the board this past year, or third quarterback off the board this past year. The 27 draft is going to look different from the quarterback position. So if you're exhausting a second round pick or exhausting a third round pick, you have to compare that to what the quarterback prospects are going to be next year. And it's a loaded class. I know people are talking about whether it's Arch Manning and Dante Moore at the top, but you go on down. I mean, there are day 2 picks and late day 1 picks who would have gone much higher in this past year.
Oh yeah, there's if everybody came out, it would be up to 7 quarterbacks.
Yeah,
that would be taken in the first round and a half.
Yeah, Lenora Sellers from South Carolina. I mean, I can go on down the list, and so that's a way of saying that it's a complicating factor. Is you have to see how he would stack on next year's board. Also, typically when you draft someone in the supplemental draft, you are putting them on your roster this upcoming year. In Sorsby's situation, you don't know if there are going to be ramifications from the NFL when he gets there. So that also factors into it. So it could be a mid-round pick. The rule of thumb tends to be that quarterbacks go higher, not lower, right? But especially if you think the guy has starting upside. I mean, there are certainly teams in the NFL with more of a need than the Eagles would have when you look at whether it's Arizona or Cleveland or the New York Jets. For the Eagles, it's more of a value proposition. And is the value too interesting there? And I can't tell you that it's something that the Eagles would do. What I can tell you is that how he looks at everything.
Hey, Zach, we saw yesterday, I think it was Bleeding Green Nation had the article that someone in Hertz's camp was upset that they didn't think that the Eagles came to his defense enough. Do you think getting a Sorsby would irritate him and his camp even more?
It's a good question, VG. I mean, if you're exhausting a pick, and as Anthony just said, if it's like a second or third round pick, then yeah, I mean you don't waste those picks, or those aren't flyers, and so I can't tell you that it would irritate Jalen. I mean, the conditions with which Jalen came in was as a second round pick to a sitting starting quarterback. And Jalen is highly competitive and highly motivated as it is. But when you talk about the human dynamics, you absolutely need to discuss that. Like, I don't think the Eagles did, I don't want to say a good enough job, but I don't think they realized in 2020 the effect that would have on Carson.
Oh, man. He
they did not.
He melted, man.
And this was before I was there, but like it's certainly something Anthony can speak to. The effect that taking Cobb had on Donovan. I've heard stories about that too, and it kind of puts the starter on the clock there. Now, Jalen's a different type of competitor,
He's tougher.
Yeah,
he's got thicker skin and he's tougher.
And I think Jalen looks at competition like bring it on, right?
Yes.
So I can't tell you how he would respond to it. I can tell you that he's answered the bell on these types of things throughout his career.
Yeah, I guess I'm looking at, like, if I could get a value quarterback and stash a value quarterback, I mean, I could flip him down the road, right? Or, God forbid Jalen gets hurt. Like, there's a million different things that I could use him, not just, hey, he doesn't work, Jalen fails in the offense. Like, I just having another quarterback, that's always what Howie and the Eagles have been about. I mean, remember, go back before Cobb, it was Vic, right? Like, we just got done talking about Mike Vick. Like, that was a big deal.
Yeah.
And then you're right, when the Eagles took Cobb, Donovan really, it bothered him. But like, in fairness to the Eagles, Donovan was on the downside. I mean, you know, they were shortly thereafter they traded him to Washington in the division, and he's cooked, right? So now the Hurts thing's different because I think he's tougher than Wentz. I think
That's like the understatement of like the century.
right.
Right.
Like Wentz just didn't have. He melted. You saw it firsthand,
Yeah.
Zach. That Carson melted.
Yeah, and that's I agree. Jalen's a different type of person. I mean, certainly has a different type of resume too, right? I mean, you're
Right.
the Super Bowl champion here, right? And I think the conversation with Jalen is probably more about, all right, what's next for him here, right? I mean, I think he's confident in his standing in the league, confident in standing in the team, but there is a contract beyond this contract, and the question will be, I mean, I don't think it's the question now, but the question will be, do the Eagles give Jalen this type of deal next? You know, the type of deal that makes him one of the top 5 paid quarterbacks in the league. And I think there's a lot of variables that will need to be considered there, including how this season goes in 2026. But I agree. I mean, in terms of the way Jalen's put together, the way he deals with challenges, I think he's answered the bell with these things throughout his career.
Yeah. What do you think? Do you think that they Hurts camp, like, this is the talking point off that story, which I'll be honest with you, I didn't really see much hard reporting in it. Joe is very good and has had stuff in the past. It was more like, you know, kind of innuendo and, hey, you know, the Hurts camp could be upset. Do you think he will be upset at not getting the extension until after this year, or he's resigned to that?
Yeah, I mean, I look at the extension as a different conversation to, you know, if the supposition is that the Eagles haven't been behind him this offseason, I would probably push back against that. And I think they've demonstrated with their actions in the sense that, you know, they had
They fired their coordinator, and they got rid of A.J. Brown to make, because he was a headache for him. Like,
Exactly.
I mean, what more will you want?
You know,
short of the contract.
Yeah, I mean, they've shown the horse they're betting on this offseason, so to speak, right? You know,
Yeah.
like you said, like they fired the OC to bring in a new offense, trying to maximize the quarterback here. They've traded a wide receiver who I think is the best wide receiver to ever wear an Eagles uniform.
And they loved him. Like,
yeah.
you know, listen, Howie loved, like, those guys loved him.
Yeah, and you know, and we talked about this past draft class. They didn't take a quarterback until the 5th round. The only quarterback they trade for a 38-year-old Andy Dalton. It's not as if the Eagles demonstrated through their actions that they were concerned about, you know, Jalen Hurts this offseason. If the suggestion is they didn't redo his contract, I mean, I don't necessarily think they had to redo his contract of this offseason. I think that was something that was probably created more from the outside than the inside, you know, in that there's guaranteed money this year. I think the time to have to redo it is when there isn't guaranteed money, right? And you're kind of at that line in the sand or the fork in the road, whatever thing you want to use. But I think the Eagles have demonstrated through their actions. And if you want to go with their words, Jeffrey Lurie, who ultimately carries the most power here, I mean more than anything else, and you know this, Anthony. I mean, he's a Jalen guy, probably more so than anyone in that building, right?
In fact, he was most instrumental in drafting him.
Yeah,
I mean, he wanted Jalen. He wanted to draft him, and he's loved him.
Exactly, and I think so. I think. I mean, I know Jeffrey's gone to bat for Jalen, so.
Right.
So I can't speak specifically to what the Jalen camp might think there or what that report might be. I've spoken to Jalen this offseason, and I mean I think Jalen's in a real good headspace this offseason. So I don't think I haven't sensed this type of angst from Jalen.
Yeah, I read the story last night, and I agree. I mean, I think the Eagles have taken all the action that they can to endorse, if you will, to truly Jalen is the guy for this for the season. I think they've done everything to make that. I mean, the fact is that this also plays a little bit like the camp. I'm always suspect of the camp, and how far out that camp is, right? From Jalen's a pretty. He's not been one that communicates through a camp, right? So that seemed a little off for me in reading the story, but I agree with you. I mean, Zach, I think that the Eagles have really, with AJ, with everything that they've done, from this off season, Sean Mannion coming in. I mean, this is the moment. It is his.
And by the way, he's got to do better. I mean,
and he's got to play better.
Right, like the pass game has to be better. It was not good. It was horrible last year, and it wasn't particularly good in the year they went to the Super Bowl. They have a big play run game offense. So Zach, I think it's everything is right. That's how I would approach it.
You don't think that? I mean, we've been talking they removed Patullo, they bring in this young up and coming guy Mannion. I mean, we've kind of said this is it's a challenge to Jalen this year. This is you. We're going to do stuff that you're not normally comfortable with in this offense. Let's see how you handle it. We want to go in this direction. Can you make it or break it? So, I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like if I'm his camp, I mean, they're setting him up. We've said they're setting him up. If he has a bad year, this is all on him.
Wait a second. He had a bad late year last year.
Right, but there were other extraneous factors that they were blaming, like Patullo or whatever.
There's no he did not play well.
I understand.
Whether or not whoever the OC was is regardless. You got to play better, and now we're going to give you an offensive coordinator and an offense that should help you. So you shouldn't have it. I don't want to hear the things are set up against you.
It's not against, but this is an offense that we know is leaning towards
offense.
Things that he's not normally comfortable doing.
It's a quarterback-friendly offense.
I understand.
Play
that.
Quarterback. I don't understand it.
Well, maybe it's not a Jalen Hurts-friendly offense. We'll
two
find
things.
out.
It's a quarterback-friendly offense.
We'll find out.
I mean,
Jack, where do you weigh in on this?
Yeah, I mean, I think Jalen, the way his personality is he wants to know the why behind why changes are being made, why an offense is going in a certain direction. I think that he is on board with the changes if he believes the changes are going to be beneficial. And the sense
that's the point. He's not stupid, right? He's been around the game his whole life. This is how you play quarterback in 2026. You're under center and you have play action and you get rid of the ball. You read the defense and get rid of the freaking ball.
And whether it's the pure progression reads, whether it is throwing in the middle of the field, I don't think these are concepts that Jalen is resistant to. The thing I go back to is I do think Jalen needs to run more, and I think he's gotten away from that. I think it's part of what's made him special in the past, is being able to extend drives, is being able to use his legs as a weapon. And I don't think that's a function of play calling. I think that's probably a function of proclivity more than anything else. And he has to kind of have that preference. So I'm curious to see if he goes back more into that direction. But as far as the changes in the offense, my understanding is he's been receptive of it. I mean, I spoke to Jalen going back to March, and he was real intrigued by Sean Mannion going back to then.
It's two things can be true, right? That the Eagles are making changes that are, I think, saying to Jalen, you're our guy. We're giving you the resources that we think we need to improve an offense that absolutely needed an improvement from last year, desperately. And it can also be a prove it. It's two things can be true in terms of that, right? Because you're right. If he doesn't play well with all that has been set up and given, then you're having a conversation about what is the future. But right now,
it's only a prove it in the sense of, and you're right, but it's only a prove it because this is where the contract comes into.
Correct.
Right? If there was 2 more years left on the contract, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about moving on from Jalen Hurts or anything else. It's just, all right, let's do this offense. But I got to tell you, this offense is how you play. Like
Today.
this is how you play. And Zach, I don't think he's going to run more. I don't think he wants to run.
No, I
he
agree
did
with
not. He did not want to run last year. And this offense is how you keep a quarterback upright.
Yeah, now, but there are off schedule plays that you can make.
Yes.
It's not as much the designed running. It's the off schedule plays. It's on a 3rd and 6, getting eight yards to move the chains. And I think so. There's a place in between. What it was in 2021 and what it was last year. But yeah, I mean, I think that
I'm with you.
as far as the prove it thing, and I'll say this about Jalen. He has a Lombardi, he has a Lombardi Trophy, a Super Bowl MVP. He's done everything that you could want a quarterback to do during these past 6 years. Like I don't think it's a matter of proving it. I think it's a matter of like you mentioned, when it gets to that fork in the road in the contract, do they say, all right, we're going to make you one of the 5 highest paid players in the league, or
right? It's a lot of money.
Exactly.
Like you better be able to execute the offense.
Yeah.
If I'm going to pay you $60 million,
yeah.
I mean I don't get that.
It's just it's unfortunate where we are in the timing of this contract, because the one thing I will say for Jalen that I wish he did have 2 years under Mannion before they were having this conversation, only because he's had to change every year. Like every year there's a new.
Welcome to the NFL when you got Nick Sirianni as the coach. Like, this is what it is.
Right.
Like at some point you got to take responsibility.
I don't disagree with that.
At some point you got to perform, and you can't blame everybody else. And I'm sorry. I know that everybody wants to point blame. It's this guy, it's that guy, it's this guy. I get it, but this is the NFL. When you have a coach that's not from the side of the ball, that's a CEO coach, this is what it is. Because at some point, Mannion's going to leave. Zach.
Yeah, and this is. You are right. This is the nature of when you have an head coach who doesn't call plays. It's been the same situation. The Seattle Seahawks are going through it now. They don't have a head coach who calls offensive plays. The Baltimore Ravens have gone through it when Harbaugh was there. I mean, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they didn't have as much change at OC, but it's the reality of I don't think it's prohibitive. I think Jalen needs to, and he's shown he can adjust the schemes. He's shown that he can respond to different coaches. I think there's been varying degrees of success, probably based on the confidence he might have in that coach too. But he needs to elevate the offense. And I've had conversations with Jalen about this, that ultimately it needs to be the Jalen Hurts offense, right? And he needs to, because if he's the constant, then if there are going to be changes, then when you bring in different concepts, he needs to be able to adjust to it so there's carryover from year to year.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty cut and dried.
I agree with you that he needs to step up and do it. I'm just saying I didn't know if I totally agree that they've done every. I think Howie's kind of put the spotlight on him and be like, "This is you got a contract you want. The last 3 coordinators we've had have ended up doing things that you're comfortable with. We're changing it all. We're going in this direction. Succeed or don't. Let's see how we do this before the next contract."
But again, obviously, the last 2 Kellen Moore wanted to do something else, and he changed his offense to fit Jalen.
And I'm saying I don't think that's happening this year.
Well, it's not. But if he can't fit this offense, then I can't pay him $60 million.
Right. That's all I'm saying. I agree with you.
I think you guys are violently agreeing.
Yeah, I think so.
No, it's not even about it. It's just there is just all this noise around Jalen, right? Like that. Oh my God! And it's this guy and that guy, and I get it. No, it's the league, man. This is what football is. Like, it's not going to be perfect in every situation. You're not going to have Shanahan to lean on. You're not going to have this guy to lean on. Sometimes you just got to go ball out, like and play action and do the right thing. And I think he can. But like, I don't want to hear excuses.
No, I don't think it's excuses, and I don't think it's excuses. I think it's the reality is it's a new offense. We've got new people. There's a host of new talent coming on. But the one person that we haven't mentioned who's still here is like Saquon Barkley. Like, that is also a weapon that, like, we're so focused on,
Right.
can Jalen run this offense? It's also like, well, Saquon could have a bounce back year. Like, there's all the things that go into
which would
this.
be awesome.
Exactly.
With this offensive line, Zach, you're around it. Everything's going to start with the run game anyway, because that's the offense. The offense needs to be run first, and you pass off the run, which will only help Jalen. Where do you think the run game is? And again, the caveat is the offense needs a lot of time, so we have to be patient with that.
Oh, because we're so good at that, too, here
Well,
in Philadelphia.
but
Patience,
that's
yes.
the truth, though.
No, it's
course.
a great point being made here, because I would actually suggest that the changes this offseason on the coaching staff was more about the running game than the passing game, and that they felt that there was a lot in the running game that was left on the table last year. And look, you only need to look at the fact that Jeff Stoutland's not here anymore to show that, like, they want to go in a different direction in the running game this year. And this offense is going to be built around how effectively they run the ball with that offensive line, with Saquon, like you said. And, you know, I think that's probably part of why AJ's not here too, is I think AJ probably viewed it like for an offense to succeed here in Philly with Jalen, it needs to look a certain way. And that way is by running the ball quite a bit. So you're absolutely correct bringing up the offensive line and Saquon Barkley, because that's and Tank Bigsby. I'll throw him in there too.
Yeah.
That's what the success of this team, of this offense, is going to be built around the running game, having success with the running game. And by the way, that's similar to what they do in San Francisco. You know, with Shanahan, it's similar in many ways to what Green Bay did. You know, it kind of looked a little differently in terms of
Chicago, Detroit, that whole division runs the same offense.
Yeah. So yeah, they are going to need to run the ball effectively to have a good offense. And Jalen has shown, whether it was 24, whether it's 21, whether it's 22, like they that when the running game gets going, he can play off of that running game, and he's even more of a threat in those cases. And that's where the play action is so valuable. That's where marrying the run and the pass game, so at the snap it looks the same, so you don't know, all right, if they're running here, they're passing here. And that's really what they've been doing what they did this entire spring, and what they'll pick up in late July and August when they get back.
Yes. Curious, if something happens, I don't know if you asked the question, Zach, about to Sirianni, that if, you know, the offense is scuffling to turn the ball over, do you stay with it, or do you go back into what he did before, which is ultra conservative? And he said, I'm gonna go back to not. Basically, we don't turn the ball over, and that's basically what he said. And then he'll go back to being conservative.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating to watch, and I think that there's not a strong answer for that too, because you put it well. What the Eagles were going to do in 2024, going into Week 1, and what they did in Week 1 in Brazil that year was different than what they did in New Orleans in the Super Bowl. Because ultimately, you look at your personnel, you look at your quarterback, you look at your team, and you say, what does it take to win this Sunday? And how much patience are the Eagles going to have with this scheme in September, October, if there are growing pains? I don't think the two are mutually exclusive, though. Like I think you can have the scheme adjustment and this philosophical shift while still sprinkling in what works for your personnel. And every team figures it out as they go in terms of, all right, what does our group do well? You're not trying to fit a round peg in a square hole, but there are going to be adjustments from Sean Mannion, from Jalen Hurts, and there needs to be tolerance from Nick Sirianni, from the organization, to some of those early growing pains.
Yeah, I think the first few weeks are going to be it's going to be a tough go. I just feel that way. You got to stay with it, though. I think at the point to the patience, right, is that fans, we're not great at the patience piece, but I think that the team has to be. Right. Nick has to.
You can't
install an entire new offense and decide 3 weeks in it doesn't work. It works across the league, but it won't work here. Like that doesn't track.
And you know, to Jalen's point, which is give him every chance to be able to be that quarterback. Like, you can't abandon ship, Zach.
Yeah, no, you are right, and it's going to make the regular season so interesting. And I think that there's a pushback you hear sometimes when I talk to people in there. It might be, for all the angst, you pick your head up at the end of the year, and they have 10+ wins, and they're in the playoffs, and
Right.
it's like, and whether you're evaluating Jalen, whether you're evaluating Nick, whether you're evaluating Howie, like the conversations that we're having here on June 17th are different than you have if you're covering the New York Jets or you're covering, you're going down the list, right? Where it was put to me by someone in the building that if the Jets won double-digit games, the OC gets a contract extension. In Philly, he gets fired, right?
Right.
And so
Winning is excruciating here, Zach. It's just excruciating.
Yeah, it's the reality of the situation. And it's, by the way, that's not just external pressure. There's a lot of internal pressure too, coming from ownership, coming from the general manager. Like the expectation is that you don't just win, but you win big here. And ultimately, Nick and Jalen know that they need to maximize for January into February. That you're not trying to build an offense that looks good on September 17th. You're trying to build an offense that February 14th. I know it's because it's Valentine's Day this year. That if you're in the Super Bowl, you can do what you did in New Orleans 2 years ago.
Amen. That's right, brother. Last thing, buddy. The one thing that I cannot wait for is the defense.
Yeah.
Because this defense is going to be better. I know how you feel because you and I we share this stuff. Reek looks terrific. I love Grenard. He's such a great fit. I think Jalix has a big year, and we're not even talking about the true studs of this defense.
Yeah, it's really, if you're saying to me, all right, this is my first time talking to the PHLY audience in a long time. What's the reason for optimism? It's this defense. They're going to raise the floor to a point that, look, I could say they're the best defense that fans would have, but they were number one in the league in 2024. It's hard to be better than that. But personnel-wise, I like the personnel going into this year better than I like the personnel going into the 24 season. When you look at it scheme-wise, they're the third year with Fangio. Fangio and Zach Bond said this. They can unlock some things that they weren't able to do first year, second year, just from their time with Fangio. They can bring it to a different level. You look at it like age-wise of this team. Jonathan Grenard and Zach Bond are the two oldest starters. Neither one of them has turned 30 yet. Most of the top
I love that for us.
are-
I love that for us.
Let's go.
in the primes of their careers. Like you go on, and I'll start back to front here. When you look at Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, in the Jahad Campbell, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Jalix Hunt, Nolan Smith, Moro Ojimo, who a year from now is going to be making $20+ million somewhere else, probably. Like they've done such a good job drafting and developing that the floor of this team is raised because of this defense. The ceiling is going to be how good the offense will be, but they are going to be a contender just because this defense might be the best in the NFL.
Yeah, that's it, buddy. So true, man. So true.
It's gonna be fun. The defense is gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, I cannot wait for it.
Yeah. Sometimes I like it when our defense is like when they're flying around.
I love it.
We're a defense city.
We are.
Yeah, I'd rather defense be better than the offense. Yeah. I love
Well, that
the
could
defense.
certainly, yeah.
Yeah, I love
And
it.
it's certainly a real possibility.
Yeah.
You might get that wish.
Yes.
sure.
Zach, what a great time talking, brother. We love you, man. You know that.
I miss this. I got to tell you. My wife watches podcasts on YouTube, so she'll put it on in the middle of the night sometimes, these other podcasts. And because I watch so much PHLY, it's in our algorithm on YouTube. And so there'll be a time where 5 a.m, it'll be like a show that you guys did 2 weeks ago, and I'll hear Anthony. I'll hear with the Michael Buffer voice, right? Like, and so it's constantly on in this house. My son's watching all the time, so I miss everyone there, and just hope the best for everything in PHLY.
Well, we love you. You know that. You're family.
Yeah.
Don't matter where you are. You're a rock star. We love you, and you're always family. You know that, buddy.
Appreciate it.
We'll always root for you. You're the best, bud. See you back. Love the family. Enjoy on Monday.
Yeah, have a great time, Zach.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing. Send photos.
Yeah,
Can't
it's
wait.
going to be
Take
cool,
care.
man. Thanks. Zach Berman, Zachariah on the Xfinity mobile call-in line.
He's such a nice dude.
He's the greatest.
Yeah,
I
I love
freaking
Zach.
love Zach. He is the best. He really is.
He really manages you guys very well too, like the back and forth. It's good. It's nice to
And it's
see.
less him. It's more the chat. Like he's reading
Yeah.
off the chat.
I didn't read anything off the chat.
And
What are you
it's just-
talking about?
there's
Blame the
always-
chat.
I'm not blaming the chat. It's more it's the hurt stuff. I
I know.
can't take the litigating the hurt stuff constantly over and over. Just play football. Just be a quarterback and play football. That's it. You go win. That's all I
I
want.
feel like you're just like, be normal.
Like I can't do 6 months in jail.
Wow.
I can't do it. Like it just drives me nuts. Same story. Stop.
It's been the same
let's
story
just
for a
go-
year.
Yeah.
So now it's just like they just give it. Everybody's got to just let it play out.
I can't take living. Well, you didn't have this guy. You didn't have that guy. Just stop. Is it fair? Is it not fair? Just go play football, man. Make a lot of money. Go play football. Go win. That's it. That's all you got to do. You can do it. I believe in you. Let's take a quick TO. We'll come back. My man Marco is here, along with my cousin. That's my cousin Joey.
Hi, Joey.
So he's my
Hey,
brother.
Marco.
You can
How
see.
are you?
So
Nice Croatia jersey.
he's my brother. I always talk about him.
Yes.
He's like my idol, my older brother. And Mark, I told you the story about Mark coming here from Croatia.
Yes.
So he's going to come on. He's excited for the match today.
Yes.
So we're very excited. So Mark's going to
Death
join
match.
us.
England.
England
And Croatia.
and Croatia today. It's going to be incredible. All right, we're going to take a quick TO. We'll come right back. We'll talk to Mark coming up, but get back to the World Cup stuff. First, let's talk about the Bet Park Sportsbook, an online casino app. All right, you want to unveil your selection? Because it is.
No, not with Marco here.
Oh, really?
Nah, man, come
He
on.
likes England.
I'm not saying nothing.
How about the red coat? The turncoat. Freaking, how about this guy? I want to see Marco squeeze him until his head
No
just
way, man.
melts.
You see this? You think you got big hands? His hands are twice the size.
Oh, he's got
He's a
rock.
cement mason hands.
Yes,
He's cement worker hands.
yes. Yes, and then you and Tooch have been all over the World Cup all day long. You can too. Go to the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app and have some fun with it. We will be there at Parks Casino on Friday, leading up to the Team USA game, which is going to be an incredible match. Don't forget, download all the app. New customers get 500 spins on the new soccer-themed slot game. Go, 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 collect them. That's right, plus up to $5 casino bonus back. You got to be 21. BetParks.com has all the details. You got to be in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland. Gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Now let's talk about Rothman and our good friends at Rothman. If you've been battling chronic pain or maybe just picked up a new injury, you don't have to tough it out, all right? Get it looked at by the expert at Rothman Orthopedics. You want to talk about, these are the same specialists trusted across the region to treat everything from joint pain and back issues to sports injuries and fractures. Whether it's something that's lingered for months or something that happened this week, they've got you covered. The easiest way to get started, visit RothmanOrtho.com/PHLY and you'll schedule your appointment today. With Rothman Fast Scheduler, you can connect with their VIP's scheduling specialist for your specific issue, saving time and getting you on the path to recovery sooner. Don't forget, Rothman Now, convenient way to access expert virtual orthopedic care when you need answers promptly. Stop living with pain. Go to RothmanOrtho.com/PHLY and book with Rothman Orthopedics today.
The Philadelphia soccer team might be heading to Rothman after our 39 days here at FanFest. Look out, we might have the entire staff coming over.
What day is this?
We are on day 7 of the, right? For day 7? Sound good? Okay, just double checking. Day 7.
Melissa
Ferdinand is a hero.
Awesome. She is. We love Melissa. She's fantastic.
She has her own golf cart. It's labeled Ferd. Don't touch it.
Don't touch
everybody.
Ferd's
Don't
golf
touch
cart.
Ferd's
No,
golf cart.
That's it.
That's right. We're on day 7 here.
Hey, what you guys have done for this city is so special. How about it, guys? Like, you look at it, you see it, it's just magnificent. This is Fairmount Park.
Yeah.
This is Lemon Hill transformed into a sports Disney is what it is.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's really exciting.
It truly is. Hey, Mark, come. Why don't you bring up a chair? All right.
Move
Bring
over a little bit.
Yeah, and we'll. Okay. Well, VG can give Mark his thing and hang.
I can jump out if you need.
No,
Okay.
I know you got told. Well, you have a hard out at 11:15.
11:15, yes.
Right.
Because I have to go do another event at noon, so I have to build in the travel time.
You got to build in the travel time.
Got to build in the travel time.
Where you got to go?
Visitor center.
Nice.
Yeah. We're gonna have a nice group that is in town, and we're giving them a rundown of everything that's happening in 2026 this summer. They're here. Top 100 sales professionals from Kerfis Sotheby's.
Oh, wow. Get out. Well, it's beautiful because, again, this whole thing and this whole summer is absolutely spectacular, right? It's, our celebration. It's Philadelphia. I still can't believe that we are, like, an epicenter of this. Like, how cool is this?
It's amazing. It's probably,
Come on, Mark. Come
I mean,
in.
it's
Forget
so
that.
exciting.
Get over here. Forget all that. That's
It's
nice.
awesome.
Mark brought, what'd you bring? Pastries? Sit down. What are you doing, buddy?
Morning.
Good morning. Put these on. All right.
Other
The
way.
other way.
We need your microphone.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
There you go. Here's my man. Get it situated. There it is. Marko Dundovic from Zadar, Croatia.
Good morning, everybody.
What are you doing, buddy?
How are you, buddy?
My man.
Good to see you.
Good
Lisa,
morning.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank
Honored
you.
to meet you.
Oh, thank you for. Thank
so
you.
impressed.
Oh, thank you so much. The team has worked really hard to make this happen. So we're excited, and you had a great match coming up.
Yes,
On the,
yeah.
I mean, today, obviously, England, but we're excited to see you on the 27th when you play Ghana. It's going to be amazing.
Yes. We're looking forward to that. Yeah.
So you got to. I was telling Meg your story, which is, and the beauty of the World Cup is the stories of around the world, right? Like Cape Verde, we were talking. I'm going to tell you about Devon and his family. That is from. I never even heard of it until the World Cup. I walk into the work yesterday. Devon has a Cape Verde hoodie on, and I go,
Well, that was quick.
exactly.
That's what you thought. We thought, like, quick
I go,
on the merch.
Did you just get that? He said, no. He goes, my family's from there. What? Cape Verde? And then the next thing you know, I was talking to his father. Well, I'll tell you about it. But Mark, your story. And I was telling people that you're from Croatia, originally Yugoslavia.
Yeah.
It's during the communist regime. You are a teenager. Your dad is worried about you, right?
Yes, of course, yeah.
He gets you a job as a merchant marine at 15 years old.
Yeah. I celebrated my 16th birthday in China.
Wow.
Working on a merchant ship.
That's amazing.
But I did travel the world. It's pretty amazing. 7-8 years. For instance, to soccer, I was in Argentina in '78 when Maradona was a rookie.
Wow.
And that was a World Cup in Argentina. So I experienced it from so many different levels, so many different sides, and
What was wow?
Pretty amazing.
You were in Argentina in 1978.
1978, and Argentina was a different place back then. There was actually a revolutionary thing, the Peron and all the issues they had. At 10 o'clock, everybody had to be off the streets, and we didn't know that. We were singing at 11:30 down Main Street, all got arrested. Nobody saw.
Marco, I'm really glad you made it.
Oh, yeah.
Argentinian
Argentinians.
dictatorship of Argentina.
Yeah, they made us crawl. And we were all young kids. Yeah, we were singing. We had a couple drinks, and that was pretty amazing.
Were you able to watch? Did you watch the World Cup?
We didn't get into the stadium. We couldn't afford it. but we watch all the games, of course. And the world is such a small place. Soccer is what brings us together. That's what I love about it. That's what I love about seeing in Philadelphia, what's happening and what you guys did here. It's pretty amazing. And soccer is obviously huge all over the world, the biggest event in the world, and it's grown so much, especially looking at African countries. In the last 10 years,
That's what I said. I said the
I
African.
am so impressed.
The African countries, they came to play.
Yeah.
And this is very different from 4 years ago. Very different from 8 years ago. Like
Absolutely.
their teams are impressive.
Very.
And they are fast and they are well coached and
yeah, they're going to make some noise.
They're going to make
this
some this time.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I
yeah.
think Cote d'Ivoire
Yeah.
is one to be
you're-
reckoned with.
Yeah,
They're our hometown team because they're
Right.
playing at Subaru. They're practicing at Subaru, but they played really well against
Yeah.
Ecuador the other night.
Senegal is
Senegal.
strong. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
I mean,
better.
that's just a
France
tough.
is a tough game
Right,
for
yeah.
anybody.
Exactly.
But Senegal really looks strong.
It's interesting.
Morocco is really strong. I watched Algeria
Yeah.
last night. I think a young kid on the goal, Zidane's son.
Oh,
So,
right. Oh, my gosh. That's
I
right.
feel bad for him
I
because
know.
2 goals were really, really
Just-
had to be saved.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, he was like a deer in the headlights. Yeah. That
If
was
I
a
had Messi
difference
coming
in the
at me,
game.
I might be a deer in the headlights too.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
mean, right?
Yeah. He was
What
just.
did you think of that yesterday? The stars, right? Like it started with Mbappe, it went to Holland, and then it ends, and Messi trumps them all. Like I think of it in terms of like Jordan, right? Like I'm looking at Messi at 39 years old.
Yeah.
That's like a Jordan, a Brady, like to do what he did.
Yeah.
It wouldn't. It's the grandest stage. Hundreds of millions of people are watching it.
22 years he's been playing in a World Cup.
It's incredible.
And really, this World Cup is different than many others because all these big names, the stars, Ronaldo, Modric, Messi.
Modric's your guy.
Kane, they're all playing last dance,
Yeah.
basically. They're getting up there in the age. So
right.
this is really a World Cup. This is their last dance. So Messi obviously is dancing with the best of them still at 39.
Really impressive.
Yeah.
You said something that's interesting. You said the world is small.
Such a small place, yeah. And soccer has really a lot to do with that. And, with technology and all that, we were able to, I go back when we had a Prism in Philadelphia. I remember not speaking English and going to a bar on South Street to watch the game because there was no cable television. We couldn't see it. Now you can watch game. I watch Premier League. I watch, Spanish League. I watch Croatian teams play. So I enjoy it during a year. And this is a pinnacle, obviously. The World Cup is just to celebrate us as a people.
Celebrates the world.
Yes.
It really does.
Togetherness. Yeah.
It's been really. I was saying to Anthony that it's been so refreshing because one, I'm here at FanFest and with our team, watching everybody watch the matches is like so inspiring and heartwarming, and everybody's so into it. But what I think has been even more awesome is when social media can be such a horrible place. It is like joyful and happy, and like there's all of these videos and the way the fans and that cross-cultural interactions that are happening, and the way that cities like Philadelphia are embracing fans from all over. It brings a tear to your eye.
It's heartwarming.
It's beautiful.
It's heartwarming.
Yeah.
That's a great
guys, do me one favor. Just sit tight. We're just going to take care of one thing. And I want to get back to this conversation because the fact that it's softened social media is a huge victory.
Yeah.
It's a huge victory. It's
Absolutely.
beautiful.
Yeah.
First, a word from our friends. Let's talk about, you let me know, Jules. All right, let's talk about Trumark Credit Union. Let's talk about something that's good for us, right? Something that actually rewards the way we spend our money. That's exactly what you get with the Everyday Elite Visa credit card from Trumark Credit Union. We're talking up to 4% cash back on eligible everyday purchases, including gas, all right, which we know is burning. And what about food? Just to feed my kids a pizza, chicken fingers, and I'm not even eating, and it's $50, right? Like, and you get everything back. You get a chance to get money back. And for a limited time, new card holders get 0% introductory APR on purchases for the first 12 months, then 17.99% APR after that. More cash back, less catch. Apply today, Trumark.com, and stop by any of the Trumark Credit Union's 24 branch locations. It's incredible. All right. Rates based on credit worthiness, 4% cash back on eligible purchases. Bonus categories capped annually. Restrictions apply. Visit Trumark.com for details. Insured by the NCUA.
Elkin Chevrolet, run by three brothers, real brothers, local guys, great guys. And right now, they're lining up deals that are very hard to beat. They got a huge inventory of Chevy trucks and SUVs, everything people actually want to drive. Equinoxes, Trailblazers, Tahoe, Suburban, Silverados. And the prices, well, they're going to move fast. If you've been thinking about it, now's the time. Whether it's getting to a game, getting to work, or just getting out of town for a bit to maybe watch the Sixers or Flyers play, you'll drive off in the perfect ride at the perfect price. And here's the thing. This isn't just a one-and-done kind of place. These are the guys you go back to again and again because they treat you right. No runaround, no games, no haggling, no hassles, just real people, real deals. Elkin Chevrolet, real brothers, real deals, and a whole lot of honking good service going on. Super easy to get to. Route 73 South in Marlton. Elkin Chevrolet.
Jimmy.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, welcome back as we are back here at FanFest, Lemon Hill. What a spot. What an incredible spot in the middle of Fairmount Park, Lemon Hill. We have this Disney-esque oasis of soccer and sports. And it's part of the theme that this whole World Cup is, which is sports bringing the world together. And it's why I'm so excited for Marco, Meg, to experience this because, you chose Philadelphia. It's interesting in so many ways that we're celebrating, 250 years in the birthplace of the country, and you chose Philadelphia. Tell Meg the story that when you decided to become an American, it happened here in the Cradle of Liberty.
Yeah, it's definitely a long story, but we were in Philadelphia, traveled with a boat 3-4 times, and I really fell in love with the city. I was a young kid, 23, 24, when I decided to stay. They told us we're not coming back to Philly anymore, and that's when I pulled the plug on it. I said, I'm staying, I'm not. I got a bag of sneakers and pair of pants, and I walked off at 11 at night. And
welcome to Philadelphia.
I remember the taxi dropping me off on 2nd and South, and when he drove away, I thought like my dad just left me on a corner. I said, my life just closed behind me.
Wow.
I'm on my own. Like that was a feeling that you can never forget.
I can't even imagine what that feels
and
like.
I said I can make it here. I'll be all right, and I did.
How much money did you have in your pocket?
So thankful. Maybe $100. Not a lot.
Oh my God, that's just like a real Philadelphia story.
It
might be a story for another show.
Absolutely, I want to hear all about it.
It's pretty amazing.
But it
feels like I need to buy you a beer somewhere and hear about this. How about that?
I'm in.
I mean, when you were talking about an American story, walking off a boat, going, I don't know what I'm going to do or where I'm going. I got $100 in my pocket.
I'm going to 2nd and South.
That was my address.
That was your address.
Yeah.
2nd and South.
At 11 at night.
And then you knew someone that.
Yeah. It was a gentleman that I met during my ins and outs for previous trips, and he said, if you ever decide to stay, I'll help you out. But I know that was going to be difficult, but I had no choice but to ring his bell at 11:30 at night, and his wife was really talking to him in a few different languages. What the heck is going on here? But I folded my ears, and I have no choice but to walk in. And they took us in. I couldn't be more thankful. I loved them to death. And spent a few months in their basement and got my first apartment as soon as I could. And it's been a blessing ever since. I have an amazing family, and
that's awesome.
Thriving business. Like he created his own construction business. He raised 3 children here. South Philadelphia, and
It's awesome.
Couldn't be more proud of
And he's
him.
a true Philadelphia, right? Like,
Absolutely.
He's got a place in Wildwood and a place in the Poconos.
Well, then obviously you're right, exactly. Prove your Philliness, right?
This is home, and we're traveling to Croatia to finish the World Cup,
Oh,
which is
amazing.
absolutely amazing to get a different perspective.
Yes.
Watching a game on Lemon Hill or watching it at the streets of Italy or
Oh, my
Croatia
gosh.
or England. I mean, it's pretty amazing. Nobody's working today.
That's right. It's a
It
day
is
off.
shut down.
I think
it's
that's what
incredible.
happens. Like I love that.
Yeah,
That's
and
that's-
it's coming here.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah.
What I seen from U.S. team a couple of days ago, they can beat anybody.
Yeah.
They're amazing talent, and they're bringing it home.
They're surprising a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very impressive.
What's it like today, match day in Croatia? First match of the World Cup, and to boot, like you said, against England. So what happens in Zagreb? Like, what happens?
Everything is. Nobody's working, that's for sure. The bars are open late and early, and people are just partying, and everybody's got their jerseys on. They wear it on their sleeves. That we are all homers. And it's pride and love for the game itself. And obviously playing England, it's very respectful opponent and, one of the best in the world. So, if you want to go somewhere, you got to beat the best. So I believe it's going to be a great battle today. I think Croatia needs to probably slow game down a little bit. That's our game.
Mm-hmm.
We can, English, obviously, they play in the best league in the world, and they're strong, and they have a lot of talent. So I think we have a good coaches. We have a good mix of young and old guys. So I believe we can impose our game on them, and gives us a chance to stay competitive. And ball is around, so I believe
That's right.
it wouldn't shock me. Either way. So it's going to be a great game.
I mean, there's been some really great matches.
Yeah.
I mean, throughout, there's really been very few that haven't been competitive.
Yeah.
And so I expect this match. I expect Croatia, England to be a really terrific match.
We're starting to get to the really good games now.
Yeah.
I mean, some early games are obviously,
Sure.
David and Goliath games,
Yep.
and results are expected. But now it's a big boys game.
Yeah.
So
It felt that way, It felt that way yesterday for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, all the stars.
Yeah.
And it was.
But you're so right about saying Last Dance for I mean
So many
so
stars.
many
Yeah.
exactly. I can't
Yeah.
wait
Yeah.
for Luka Modric to be here. I know that's going to be a
And
a
by the
great
way,
night.
Luka Modric is from my town, from Zadar. So everybody in Zadar is wearing. So and a matter of fact, we are so
Didn't
small.
you run into
One of the Croatian coaches lives in my building. It's my
Really?
neighbor. Yeah, so I'm hopefully see him during a game. I don't
that's
have his
awesome.
cell number, but I could have reached out to him. And he's my neighbor.
That's great.
He was a goalie at
You
the
got to
World
invite
Cup.
him over for dinner.
Oh,
We're going to
absolutely,
be here.
absolutely.
They'll be in town.
They're going to be in town for a few days, so
Yeah.
we're going to try to make contact.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's
But
awesome.
He was a goalie that stopped 3 penalty shots against Brazil in the World Cup.
Wow.
Yeah, Subasic. Yeah, great. He's a goalie coach now with the national team. So great
So
guy.
cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
that's how small the country is.
well-
You run into 3 of them on my block.
That's the thing
Yeah.
about Croatia being so competitive and so good, right? It's a country of 5 million, about 5 million people.
Less than that.
Less
yeah.
than that. And
yeah.
like to be that high elite and that
Yeah.
high level and that good
Yeah.
on the global stage. I mean, think about that.
It's incredible.
Right? I mean, there's
great
5 million
story.
people in the Philadelphia area.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah.
5 to 6 million people in the region.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? And like they are delivering like elite soccer talent year after year,
Yeah.
every 4 years. Super competitive, great fan base. I mean, just it's a pretty spectacular story.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. The
They got
athletic-
great jerseys, too.
The jersey's awesome.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
The red- the-
yeah.
yeah,
My
the-
wife bought
the-
this for
it's
me.
really
Yeah.
good.
Nice.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
I love the Croatian fans. They are a blast. So
Yeah,
much
yeah,
fun.
yeah.
We had an event at Brauhaus Schmitz about 2 months ago, and it was Croatia turned out. They were wow,
Really?
awesome.
I wish I knew about it. I didn't
Oh.
know.
Do you have, is there a pocket of Croatians in the area?
Not in Philadelphia. That's very few in Philadelphia, but New York, New Jersey, there's a lot. And they travel well. I mean, I saw something in Dallas yesterday. There were 20,000 people downtown.
Pittsburgh
in
has
Dallas.
a very large Croatian population.
Wow.
So we are expecting
New York, Cleveland.
We're expecting some flights in from Pittsburgh.
From Pittsburgh. Wow. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. That travel. They're really. It's a great fan base.
Yeah.
Where do you want, like, because Marco's a part of the international community of Philadelphia, and you guys have a coffee shop bar, on Patchogue Avenue,
neighborhood,
where all the guys go, right? Like
that's
the Italians, the Albanians, like
Croatian. We don't have too many Croatians, but we have a great cafe right on 18th and West Passyunk, and
cool.
that's our espresso spot. And
Love that.
every game, every World Cup, we all
that's
gather
awesome.
and watch. And we all pull up for each other, especially my Italian friends now. My wife's Italian, so
Okay.
I got to pull in two directions. And so Italy didn't make it, unfortunately.
Ireland.
Ireland. It's really, so you feel for those people. So because it really is a big thing for a country.
Well, we were talking earlier about the Tartan Army, the Scots.
Yeah.
And how much
How cool is
how much
that?
fun they've been having, and all of these,
yeah.
if you will, first timers that are coming. Curacao,
Yes.
their fans, and
Yeah.
like the excitement of being able to be part of it because of the expanded tournament. I think has made this even more special. That you're getting those teams that have never played in this before, and their fans. Like this is a dream come true. It's the way we felt about the Eagles winning Super Bowl 52, right? Like that's what. It's the
funny.
national pride.
I was looking at all the Knicks stuff, and it reminded me of when the Eagles won.
Yeah.
All the Knicks stuff was very similar. I'll tell you what. Mark, sit tight. All right. When we come back, we're going to talk about Friday.
Yep.
And what Friday is going to be like here.
Sure.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
But our Love Philly Hour starts now. Right here from Lemon Hill. Philadelphia doesn't pretend. Philadelphia is. It's not just the title of Philly, it's a feeling. It's a heartbeat. A city that never asked for permission to be itself. That's us, right? That's our personality. Philadelphia doesn't pretend. Philadelphia is. And now in 2026, the world comes back to Philadelphia. Not just to remember, but to celebrate. The show isn't just about what's happening. It's about who we are while it's happening. Because Philadelphia isn't a backdrop. It's a character. It's the voice that tells it like it is. The guy at the end of the bar who doesn't sugarcoat a thing. It's the family that's been on the same block for generations. It's the artist, the athlete, the builder, the believer. It's the lifer, the dreamers, the grinders. It's all of us. And that's what Love Philly's about. We're going to sit with people that make this place go. The ones who built it, the ones carrying it, the ones pushing it forward. The legends who left their mark. Not just the championships, not just the headlines, but the moments in between. The way the city shows up for itself, the way it refuses to be anything other than real. And through it all, we're going to remind ourselves and show the world what Philadelphia is. It's not just a stereotype. It's not a punchline. It's a foundation. It's a force. It's a city that gave birth to a nation and never stopped building. So as the country turns 250 and the spotlight finds Philadelphia again, this is our moment to tell the story the right way. Not polished, not filtered, real, authentic, proud. Because this city just doesn't rise to the occasion. It defines it. This is Love Philly. Jules. Yeah. Oh, here we go. All right, welcome back live on Lemon Hill.
I like that. Live on Lemon Hill.
This is awesome.
Yeah. We're getting a nice breeze up here, too. I was like, it's pretty
I'll
beautiful.
be honest with you. I could just stay here, man. This
Yeah.
is what a spot. We're on the second floor. This glorious place, this incredible Fairmount Park. This has been what an experience, and soon the masses will be
1 hour,
arriving.
right? 1 hour to open, Ferd? 1 hour to open? Yeah, we open at noon today.
At noon today.
That's right. First match is 1 p.m.
Who do we got at 1 today? Who do we got, VG, at 1 o'clock? You should be on top of it. I get these texts. Him and Toots talking about who they got and this one and that one.
We're trying to help you out, man. We're
Portugal
just giving you
versus
winners.
the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Oh, have you seen
Ronaldo?
Have you seen the guy from Congo?
No.
He stands like a statue. I don't know if it's a military outfit, but he imitates an old prime minister, and he doesn't move for the whole game.
Get out.
In the qualifying matches, he couldn't get a visa, but I just read he got a visa for this game, so
All
he
right.
should be there just standing there like a statue the entire game.
I love these fan
That's cool.
stories.
Yeah.
Like, I love them. They're so good.
They're so cool.
They're so cool. They're so cool. I'm telling you, I feel like people should be taking notes, right? Like what fans are doing, and like, 'cause I can't wait to see how it like infiltrates other sports here.
It's amazing how everybody wants the Scots to come to their town.
Oh,
now.
I gotta tell you, that was the biggest disappointment for me. I wanted the Scots. Like, look, I'm thrilled about our draw. We had a great draw. I mean, I was delighted when we saw Brazil was coming.
Yeah.
Like they're just a great fan base.
gonna be insane.
But I will tell you, I did have a bit of jealousy. The Scots in Philadelphia. I'm not even sure we could. I mean, like, you want to see that would have been a scene.
Yeah.
That's the
You know
best thing
why?
I could say. It's just a
Because
total scene.
we would have fallen in love with them doing shots and
Oh yeah,
the pipes and the whole thing.
bagpipes everywhere.
Yeah.
They're drinking
Right.
everybody out of beer. They drank
Yeah,
the airplanes
planes
out of beer.
Did
They're
you see
drinking
that?
all the bars out of beer.
Yeah, there was a transatlantic coming over, and they were out of alcohol midway through the flight.
But there's bars in Boston saying it's worse than St. Patty's Day. They're blowing through beer. Sam Adams said they've never had a 4-day stretch where they've sold this much beer.
Good for them.
Yeah, they're like marauders.
They're making the most of this.
Hey, that's what it's all about.
But I mean, the other cool thing is, you've got the Japanese fans who were marveling
Clean
at
up.
they clean up.
after themselves.
They do.
Are you kidding me? How beautiful is that?
I know. I love Jameis Winston jumping in on that
So
for
fun.
Fox. That was
Yeah.
great. But they're also marveling at the fact that, like, you go to restaurants where they give you free chips and salsa. Like, there's been a
they're
whole
so
thing where they're like,
confused.
why are you giving us? I mean, thank you, but
Yeah,
also
yeah.
why? And it's like, you're just eat it and we'll bring more. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, so like things that we don't even think about.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's so
it's
cool.
amazing.
How about VG talked about this the other day about the German guys that fell in love with American food, like in the South.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
They were at Chili's. They were at Waffle. They gave
Waffle
Waffle House
House
a 10 out of 10.
10. There's actually a hilarious video going on at like a
We've just
video.
ruined the palate of the world.
I know.
America. We ruined your palate.
There's a video on Instagram of a guy that's going back to Germany, and he's gained about it looks like he's gained 40 pounds, and they were calling it the FIFA 15, right? And the passport guy's like, "This isn't you," and he's like, "No, I've just been to this magical place for 6 weeks." He was like, "Have you ever had a deep fried Oreo?"
We're like the
Really
opposite.
funny.
Everyone goes to Europe. It's like, I ate all I wanted and I lost 5 pounds.
Right.
They come here, they take a breath and they gain 10. Oh my God. It smells like ranch. That's it.
Well, what I love about our Fan Fest is that it's very local. Great segue
Right.
into anyone who's visiting here is getting a taste of Philadelphia at our Fan Fest.
So today, what's some of the food trucks that we can?
Sure. So right now, food trucks that are here, we've got we've got Corn Hub, which is all of the awesome, Jersey corn,
Yeah.
all done different ways. El Mercury is here. Pat's is representing our cheesesteak for this week, which is great. Tokyo Sushi is here. Dre's ice water and ice cream. They've been doing brisk business, as you might imagine. We've also, there's just a lot of different foods here. There's my favorite, the favorite name I've seen is Rapper's Delight.
I saw that.
WRAPPER.
Yeah.
They've got delicious wraps.
Rapper's
They're made
Delight.
delight. Yeah,
That's
which is
great.
great. So there's a lot of really good, local food trucks. I think we're rotating shortly, coming up on our first week here. But it's going great. I mean, people are really enjoying
They're
the
digging
Michelob.
it.
The Michelob
Yeah.
Ultra. You can get more than Michelob Ultra at the Michelob Ultra beer garden. What's also been a really big hit is just being able to grab and go. So with whether it's Frito-Lay, Doritos, grab a Coke, grab a bag of chips, people are on the move. And what you will see at noon, and Jimmy King, who I know is coming on at 11:30, can attest to this. We're going to open the gates at noon, and I bet there's a line down there already, and there's going to be people just running toward the Bank of America activation to make the viral bracelets. So Bank of America, whoever came up with this activation for Bank of America, you deserve a raise. Because people are flooding in to make sure that they can make their charm bracelet. And so the charms are, very much like FIFA charms, the trophy, but then you pick your Philadelphia one. So there's a cheesesteak, Independence Hall, City Hall.
It's a great idea.
It's awesome.
Is that Michelle Martino?
I know it's the global activation, so it might be, but Jim Dever, Debbie O'Brien, the Philadelphia team has done an amazing job. But this activation is in Houston. It's in any city that the Bank of America is activating in. They're doing these personalized bracelets, and they are everywhere. It is. I mean, there was a dad that was waiting outside. He was here for a Phillies game overnight, and his daughter basically texted him and was like, you need to go to FanFest and I need you to get me the bracelet and I need these charms on it. And so he stopped by the welcome center and was like,
God, what was that?
and was like, am I at the right place for the bracelet? We're like, yep, get in line. Yep, thank you, Jackie DeLallo. Shout out to you. She was like, welcome, and yes.
Oh my
line.
God. What's the charm bracelet that I got my niece? My
Pandora?
goddaughter- yes.
The Pandora?
Yes. But Joey's my goddaughter, Dominica. We would get the charms and stuff.
Yeah, it's a really cool bracelet, snaps, but the charms really make it
It's
so
awesome.
cool. It's so there you go.
All right, we got to take a quick TO. We'll come right back, and I do want to talk about what Friday is going to be like with the U.S. national team here. Everything else, you got to go now.
No, I'm okay. I have
right.
a little bit of extra time. I'm good.
No,
I broke up. I have another 10 minutes, Jules, and then I got to roll.
All right. Well,
but luckily, again, replacing me will be Jimmy, who will have far more detailed analysis of the soccer and what's happening here. And if you're not following Jimmy King on the socials, do it.
He's terrific.
Coverage is awesome.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite follows.
He really is great. He's terrific. All right, let's take a quick TO. Let's talk about our friends on the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. Again, Friday, we will be at Parks Casino from 10 to 1 on Friday, leading into the big match and big USA match. So we'll be hanging out there at Parks Casino and all the soccer stuff that's going on at the sportsbook, and there's all kinds of watch parties going on. So if you can't get to FanFest, Parks Casino, great stuff that they're having all tournament long. It's World Cup fever everywhere, and especially at Parks and on the Bet Parks app. There's all kinds of odds boosts and everything else. You can check out parkscasino.com and betparks.com for all the soccer stuff that's happening. You're going to absolutely love it. You got to be 21. You got to be in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Let's talk about Xfinity and the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. What if I told you can have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi and you can keep it the same price for 5 whole years? That is the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. It's Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home work together, that finds and fixes problems before you notice them. It's Wi-Fi with a sixth sense, super intelligent Wi-Fi. That's what we're talking about. It lets you works. Whole family's online. Doesn't matter. They're playing video games. All your devices work in perfect harmony for 5 whole years, by the way. Best part, no annual contracts, no hidden fees. Xfinity's best equipment included. A lot changed in 5 years. Take it from me. My kids are grown bigger than me. But your Wi-Fi doesn't have to change. It could stay the same and reliable. The price stays put. Lock in your price. Unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity.
Imagine that.
Select plans only, restrictions apply. You're a good partner. I like it. All right, Friday.
Yes.
It's a monster day Friday.
Let's
right?
go.
Yes.
All right,
When it all comes down. Friday.
Right, like so USA, Australia on Friday.
3 p.m.
3 o'clock. And Australia,
Then
they beat, what did they do? They beat Turkey?
yes,
2-0 on
Yes.
in their last game. They're pretty good,
they are.
right?
They're pretty good. And so the U.S. match, which opens the day at 3 against Australia, they're playing in Seattle. And beautiful. Up at Lumen, Seattle Stadium.
Will you make any of the trips around the...
Probably not, unfortunately. I'm hopeful to get up to New York at some point. But right now, I'm staying in Philly. I want to be part of the party. Like
Well,
if you
right.
have the party, I want to. Our team spent 6 years.
Yeah, you worked
Dan,
so hard
Michelle,
for this, yeah.
Lauren,
Yes.
throwing a great party.
Yes.
Why do you leave?
Yes.
But Friday is a huge day. So we've got 3 p.m. is USA Australia. 6 p.m. is Morocco Scotland. Right.
That's a blast.
A blast, and then 8:30
Right
in
here
Philadelphia,
at Philadelphia
Brazil,
Stadium.
at Philadelphia Stadium, Brazil, Haiti, and so FanFest.
That's going to be cool.
So here's the deal.
What's that going to be like? Haiti and Brazil.
Yeah,
Like that's a cool. Like
It's a-
about classic cultures, man.
yeah, it's going to be a very. It is going to be a really intense battle.
Yeah.
for sure. And I think we are excited to start seeing. I think tomorrow is. Today's Wednesday, so tomorrow we'll start to see the Brazilians
come in.
start
I
to
can't wait for
arrive, the
this.
Haitians start to
Yeah.
arrive.
I'm looking forward to the Brazilians.
The
Yes.
you and
Yes.
Baldy. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I'm just looking to drink with them.
Exactly. Yeah. They're fun. So I'm sure we will see a lot of, jerseys, just as we did with Ecuador. I think we will see a lot of Haitian jerseys as well. The
yeah.
diaspora from Haiti is in this country, New York, New Jersey, Florida, huge.
Yes.
So I think it's gonna be an absolute blast. But here would be my recommendation. Right, we open at 2 p.m. here, so I know you guys are up at Bet Parks. If you are up in the suburbs, can't make
but
your way to
we're
the city.
10 to 1.
Yeah, get
So
down here.
we can come
We
back.
open at 2 here at Lemon Hill, and we are open for all 3 matches. All 3.
Perfect.
So on Friday. So cut out of work early, right? Like it's summer Fridays. Let's just be
Right.
honest.
Nobody works anyway.
right,
Nobody works
exactly.
anywhere here.
Is that right?
On
Summer
Fridays,
Fridays.
nobody works
Right.
in
not in
Philadelphia.
the
Exactly.
summers.
Not the summer. Summer Fridays.
Now they go down to short traffic starts. Short traffic starts on Thursday.
Yeah, which is like that's so annoying now. Like, right? Like you don't have that. Like you can leave on Friday and be like, all right,
Right.
Thursday
Friday.
night's nuts.
Thursday's crazy.
I know. I
I
know.
leave Thursday. If I'm on the road at 5 o'clock on Thursday,
Yeah.
I'm in traffic.
Yeah, but it's terrible. Sorry.
But anyway.
but we're here. 2 o'clock we open. Every activation will be open. We'll have the Casamigos margaritas, Michelob Ultra Beer Garden. Post up. Bring a blanket. Come
yeah.
here for the day. I mean, weather's going to be beautiful. We're looking at 84, sunny, perfect, breaking the humidity. We're going to have a beautiful day Saturday too. Another big day. But yeah, make a plan to come out. Kid friendly. We've got strollers. We've got, we have an ADA accessible area. So look on our website and our socials for all the know before you go information. We have everything that you can need. There's a family zone. There's a playground. We've got the food trucks, anything that you can need. We got soft plastic water bottles like this can come in empty, right? And we have free water filling stations throughout the grounds. We have cooling stations, fans, misting tents for families. We have a shaded area that people can post up, and it's just this. We call this part the hype.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
We
You
tried.
thought of everything.
Yeah, we really wanted it to be a place that people could come again and again, that they would be excited to have the experience. And as you can tell, we're starting to we're starting to
come alive.
Starting to come alive as we start to go. So we'll send Ferd down to bounce that issue.
Don't mess with Ferd.
That's right.
Marco's standing up. He's ready to pop some heads.
But we did try to really think of a lot of things. I would also say, our partners in this, Governor Shapiro and Ryan, Visit Pennsylvania's got a great activation here, the Pennsylvania Pavilion. Definitely stop by there. There's a great area that if you want to sit, Adirondack chairs, there's a screen over there. We got multiple screens. Behind us is the big one. This is the hype area. This is the hype area.
I love the hype
This is
area.
where you see all those great shots, everybody going crazy.
Yeah.
But I think also just, it's just a fun place. Like,
Yes.
I love when I'm hearing from families that are saying, like, we're having a blast, we're going to come back. I love that people want to have their girls' night out here. It's guys' night out here. We also landed on, like, there's a, great place to have a date in Philadelphia list. Sure, come on
that's
out.
great.
Like, you want to impress somebody? Let's take
You're
it.
like,
We're making
come
love
on.
connections happen.
Yeah, come
Look,
on.
I mean, I can't wait. I'm surprised we haven't gotten somebody to ask us to marry them here yet. But you know
You're
what?
going to officiate a wedding.
I can do that. I have officiated a wedding. So if you're,
I'm not surprised.
right, 33 days left, you never know what's going to happen. So, but it's just an awesome experience. And it is, I would say this again, shout out to Michael Delbane, Lauren Lambrugo, Dan Hilferty, Michelle Singer. I mean, the World Cup is in Philadelphia and looking this good because of all of their hard work. And all the community partners, too. I want a special shout out to Melissa Piccoli and Jonathan Todd and Sia McCabe.
Yeah.
They've done such a good job of really working with all of our community partners. They just have, the great thing is during the week, we're working with the school district, right? There's going to be kids groups coming in here
that's
to spend
wonderful.
time. Our community talent program is awesome. So in between the matches, we have local talent here. So we had a drum line, a woman drum line that performed yesterday. 50 women crushed it. We also had the Philly Fresh group, which was a group of young women dancing, but they were like age 8 to 18. And the place was going crazy for them, which is awesome. And we've got some exciting talent being announced shortly. We've got some really exciting, good talent coming in. We had Luis Fonsi here to open, but we got some we got some good ones coming at us shortly. So stay tuned. There's lots more exciting things to happen at Lemon Hill.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, Meg, I think
All right, I gotta roll.
Listen, you're the
Great to be
best.
with you.
We love you.
Thanks.
Thanks,
guys.
You are the greatest.
Thanks.
All right, let's
right.
take a quick TO
Cool.
and then we'll sit with Jimmy. But we love Meg. She is
Guys.
the greatest.
Awesome. All right, I'll
All
let
right.
you get to your read, and I'll switch out with Jimmy.
All right.
All right.
Thanks.
See you
Love
guys.
Take care.
All right.
Great job as always. Meg's a rock star. All right. Let's talk about some of our friends. Let's talk about Parks Casino. The Bet Parks Sportsbook online casino app brings us the show today. All right. What do you got? You got how many matches today?
There's four.
We got four, as always. Yesterday, you did very well. What's today look like? Go in order.
All right. I'm going Panama, Ghana. That's a draw, I'm betting. Plus 220.
Okay.
The late game, Colombia, Uzbekistan. Over 2.5 total goals. Colombia money line. That pays
That can't be close,
plus
right?
122.
Colombia's got to be a huge favorite.
Yeah, that's why you
Yeah,
got to
okay.
throw something else into it.
All right.
Portugal, we're going.
Ronaldo?
Yeah, no, I'm not doing it. I might do that later. I gotta feel
Ronaldo have a goal?
We're going to go
What do
Portugal.
you think, Marco? Ronaldo has a goal?
Well, he's got the pressure on him now after all the stars yesterday.
Right.
So I'm going Portugal over 6.5 corners, Portugal money line, and 1.5 total goals.
All right, there it is. The VG specials. BetParks.com has all your details and get involved with all of it. You're going to be 21 in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, let's talk about Dick's Sporting Goods because it's one of my favorite stores. I'm not a store guy. I've just never been, except when it comes to sporting goods, right? When it comes to sporting goods, it's the greatest. So I love Dick's Sporting Goods and all the equipment, everything, you name it. So whether you're getting ready to cheer on your favorite team or getting the kids geared up to hit the field, Dick's Sporting Goods, your one-stop shop for everything you need this season. I look at with my Massimo's bat bag and his cleats It's incredible, some of the stuff they have right now. Check it out. Shop online anytime. Dicks.com. Before the next big game with the end of the stadium or just at backyard fields with the kids, make sure your first stop is Dick's Sporting Goods because summer sports starts here. All right. Now joining us, Jimmy, take a seat, buddy.
This is my man. Me and him been trying to work together for a while. My boy.
Oh, really?
I love Jimmy. Yeah, he's one of
Jim, great to have you,
Jimmy's
bud.
one of the great human beings in Philadelphia there is going right now.
This is great. Jimmy is one of the great soccer writers. He is fantastic. He is like I read his stuff all the time. I love it. He's just really good on top of everything.
He shines a light on Philadelphia, even aside from soccer, just the lifestyle and what's happening around town. He's so good.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Man.
Well, it's fun, Jim. Like, like we share that. Like all three of us love Philadelphia, and it's you want to shine a spotlight on what we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I'm someone that grew up in a really, really small farm town, and there wasn't a lot to do. Statistically, there was more cows than people there. And so
What town was it?
I grew up in a small town called Delhi in upstate New York. It's kind of right in the middle of nowhere. I've lived all throughout the country, multiple different places throughout my life, but that's kind of where I lived most throughout high school. And there wasn't a lot to do. And, when I grew up, I would watch things and sports on TV and those cutaways before or after going to commercial of shots of the city and stuff like that. Kids playing street hockey on their block, stuff like that. It really resonated with me and was something that I really aspired to have in my life.
That's
and so
cool.
when I was old enough to make my own decisions and I got out of college, I first was living in New York I was working in the music industry full time.
You were VG.
Yep.
Doing it up.
But I've lived here for a good number of years now, and out of everywhere I've lived, I feel like the personality that I have has fit most here. From day one of me coming here, it felt like it was that puzzle piece fitting into spot that I had been looking for.
Beautiful, man.
And so I want to share that with all the other people, even people that have grown up here. And I love being able to show people that have lived here their whole life something that they've never experienced. That is like the thing that I love the most, is like even people that live here get stuck in that circle of doing the same thing all the time, and you miss out on a lot of great stuff in your city and a lot of beautiful people in your city as well. And that's what makes Philly so good, right? Is the people here, not just the things that are here, but the people that make it up. So I try really hard to shine light on that and try to get people out of their not their comfort zone per se, but just the cycle of life that you can get stuck in with being comfortable.
Listen, that's everybody, right? Everybody has their own. You get a routine. You go to your local bar. You're
stuck in your own little corner of the city.
Yeah, everybody's got a bubble.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Listen, it took forever. I never left the center city.
Yeah,
like out from South Philly to, like, my world was, South Philly up to Market Street.
Absolutely, it's easy to do. It's easy to do.
I always tease him all the time.
Yeah, it's easy to do, and I think for me, like, I don't drive, I don't have a car, and I kind of like it that way. So for me, it's like anytime I want to go somewhere, I'm walking or taking public transportation, and so that is another great opportunity to learn about a neighborhood or things in your city that you've never experienced or don't get the exposure to by driving in a car. So
and how about this? Right, this setup, man.
Oh, man.
Like, what an incredible job that Meg and her team did. I mean, this is incredible, dude. You're pumped up. You're like, oh, yeah, I'm coming up today,
Yeah, I mean, it's. I think for anybody that has been a fan of this sport for any time longer than a few years, this is like a pinch me moment to have this in Philadelphia. If you've watched a World Cup, you've seen FanFest and people going nuts and all that stuff, and you've always wanted to get in on the action. If you're lucky enough to get to a game, even better. But this is such a great experience, and even better, a free experience for 39 consecutive days, no fees, nothing. I think that's great for anybody that wants to come and experience this.
Yeah, one of the things you talk about the cutaways, right? I used to always be jealous. Places like Toronto, when they would have the Raptors and they'd have the Great White North and everybody would be gathered in the town square in Toronto watching the game, right? Like you would see it. You could see it not in the arena watch party, but in the city at a square.
Yeah.
Like in Europe when they do it in the piazzas. And like, I love the fact that we have one here where everybody can gather together.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Just drink a beer and watch a game.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I hope that the city takes this as like note that we could do this for other sports in the city.
Yes.
You know, that this could be a really great
It's funny. I was
opportunity
talking
for
to
people.
Dan about that, Elfredy, because I've been wanting to do this. I mean, how long I've been wanting to do this?
Since I've known you, probably.
Yeah, I mean, like, we had it in a small way with the Piazza, if you remember that.
Yep.
But, and I did a couple of games there, but I think there is a place that we can get, with all that land near with the stadiums in South Philly, we can get a spot where we can do that and watch the games and be outside on a beautiful fall day or a spring day.
I mean, it makes sense because, like, I mean, think about how many people are down there tailgating for like an Eagles game, and then thousands of those people don't have a ticket, and they have to go home.
Never. He comes down just to leaves his house.
Same.
Just to go tailgate.
Same. Yeah, I've never been to a game, and I have to end
Where do you live at?
I live in like the Fishtown, Port Richmond, like kind
So
of.
you leave Fishtown to come down to the stadium without a ticket and go. Where do you go watch it at?
It's the best sports city in the world. I mean, what can I say?
He's crazier than I am. He doesn't drink, so he's just down there walking around. I at least have a beer.
Right.
It's just being part of the community and like the energy and the vibe. Man.
It's infectious.
Yeah. It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
And we're seeing that here in Philly now. I don't know if you guys saw the video, but one of the big things that was kind of back and forth reported on the entire lead up to the World Cup was, can you tailgate? Can you not tailgate? Who can tailgate? Other cities don't even allow people to drive to the stadiums to park. There was Cote d'Ivoire and Ecuadorian fans playing flip cup down in South Philly.
Right.
So it's like, you know, that culture is deep rooted here in Philly, and I think that's one of the coolest things that we've seen so far. And you know, the jersey swaps between fans after that game, it was a great game if you guys got to watch it.
Yes.
Being in the stadium was incredible atmosphere. But yeah, I think, you know, just going on that tailgating culture, it's great to see that complex down there kind of provide fans a whole giant space to do, you know, kind of whatever they want and celebrate how they want in their moment in the World Cup down there.
So when did you come here?
I moved here 2019, but I had been coming here pretty much every weekend for about 2 years because of my partner, and I was coming back and forth while I was working in New York. And so I've been here for almost about
10 years.
Just about 10 years now. So I don't think I can quite say that I qualify as a Philadelphian, but I believe that I respect it, and I try to give it the best. I try to shine the best light on it that I can.
I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
You see, he's the opposite. There are people who are here and they try and say, I'm a Philadelphian too soon.
Yeah.
But he's an honorary because the respect and how he shows off the city to people, he's an honorary Philadelphian.
Yeah,
I listen, that's why you're VG. It's why your violation's great.
Yeah.
You have a good read on that.
Yeah, and I'm a history guy too, so it's, you know, it's not just it's not just a pandering thing. I have learned so much about this city.
In 3 seconds, you could tell it's genuine.
Yeah,
3 seconds.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's never. That's my one concern is I never want to come off that way.
We could sniff out a Fugazi.
Yeah,
no matter what. But let me ask you. Let's look at the soccer thing for a second, because the soccer thing is fascinating, right?
Oh,
because
it's great.
I didn't grow up with it.
Right.
Like, you know, much like this town. Like, if you grew up in this town, there's only been a couple pockets
for sure
where soccer was very big and very important. But in other pockets, it wasn't, right? Unless your ethnicity, like, you know, we're Italian, so, but, you know, I have grandparents, not my parents, right? So it's different. Talk about what the soccer explosion, you're a terrific soccer writer, has happened here. And I mean, listen, the sport's beautiful and it's incredible. It's thrilling, and it doesn't get better than the World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest issue I don't even want to say an issue, but I think the biggest speed bump for growing the sport in this country is is uniting all the different fans together, and not just, I don't mean in just like a United States fan base way. I mean, there are so many different types of soccer fans in America. There's MLS fans who really, go hard for the
Premier League,
and then there's Premier League. There's a huge Mexican community in the United States. Exactly.
Well,
so it's
we're our people.
So I think that there's the issue, and again, it's not an issue, but the reason it's been so hard to kind of quantify how big soccer is in this country is because it's hard to get all of those people cheering for soccer in the same place, right? Because the schedules, whatever, it just doesn't make sense. The World Cup is the one time you see that, right? And having it in homeland, I think, changes the perspective for a lot of people. I mean, there's still a lot of people who don't understand how big this tournament is, and I kept telling people that even people here that are soccer fans, they watch it. They're not huge fans, but they understand it. They don't understand how big it is until the first game kicked off. And I think once you saw the fans arrive, once you saw all the masses of people and how dedicated they are, I think that really put it into perspective, having it on homeland here in America, how big it actually is. And so
that's a great point.
Yeah, and I think this is really our opportunity to kind of capitalize that. I think MLS teams really need to do a lot of thinking on how they can convince all these. The Philadelphia Stadium, as we're calling it, was 95%, even more probably, Ecuadorian fans on Sunday night. Not all of those people were traveling.
Right.
Some of those were here. Yeah. How do we get those people to be as diehard about the union as they are for Ecuador? And obviously, there's years built up of fandom and passion and national heritage.
Right.
It's not quite the same, but you see that on a club level too. When the Club World Cup was here last year, you see the same type of passion.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Absolutely.
Last year was a lot of fun. What is does the league just need a little bit more time to get better, right? Like,
I don't know. I mean, we have Messi in our league. Does it get how much does it get that right? Not to say that he's the end all be all. I mean, there's a ton of really great players in the league that aren't him. Obviously, not as good, but without him, it's still a really great league and it's still really competitive. But I don't know. I think the teams that have other major sports cities or other major sports teams in their city that have 50, 60, 100 years of history, they struggle a little bit to come in and kind of compete for that space. The Portlands, the Seattles, the teams that don't have teams that are the big historic
the old
teams.
Cities, yeah.
Exactly. Those are the ones that kind of see it embraced a little bit quicker,
They don't help themselves either with their TV stuff. Like, it was on Apple TV, and then not only that, you had to have Apple TV and buy a pass to get to it. So,
absolutely.
I mean, they got to make it more accessible for people just to watch the games.
I agree. I mean, I think that's kind of I think sports in general should be accessible to people. That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
But
I understand getting Apple money, but then
but for a league that's trying to grow, it doesn't make sense to price out.
Put it behind a paywall.
Yeah.
No, you want to expose it. You want people to embrace it.
Eyeballs on it. Get into it.
Yeah, like that's the point. I agree with you.
Yep.
All right, listen, going to take a quick TO. Coming up, I want to ask you about the USA men's team, and let's talk about on the field, on the pitch, and how good they are, and what where could this thing go?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
cool.
Kind of translate the tournament for us. All right,
right on. Yeah.
We'll do that coming up, but first, let's have a word from our friends. Let's talk about Valley Forge. You know that feeling when you need a quick reset, but you don't feel like going far. You don't feel like dealing with the hassle of airports or overcomplicated travel plans. It's why Montgomery County, Pennsylvania is such a great getaway spot for us. Get a little bit of everything: history, shopping, entertainment, outdoor adventure, great food, all just outside the city. You can spend the day exploring Valley Forge National Historical Park, hit the shops at KOP, check out the live entertainment, explore some amazing small, quaint towns hidden gems throughout Montgomery County. And with America celebrating 250 years this summer, never been a better time to experience the history and the stories that helped shape this country. Whether it's a couple trip, a family weekend, sports road trip, or just a chance to unplug for a few days, Montgomery County makes it easy to get away without going far. Plan your trip, book your stay, start your retreat today at valleyforge.org. That's valleyforge.org. Wawa's got tacos! Tacos! Oh, Wawa expanding its freshly prepared food lineup with new seasoned beef tacos available for a limited time. Built to deliver bold, craveable flavor in every bite. We're talking warm, soft tortillas filled with Wawa's savory, juicy, boldly seasoned beef, plus fresh toppings that you can customize your way. You got options too, from seasoned beef, chicken, steak, black beans, shredded cheddar cheese. Pick up 2 spreads like salsa roja, garlic aioli, barbecue, ranch, buffalo, chipotle, and you top it off with shredded lettuce, salsa, fire-roasted corn, onions, or pickled jalapenos, all packed in a 6-inch soft flour tortilla, making it perfect handheld or on-the-go option. Seasoned beef tacos doesn't stop, all right? It's available across the full lineup, including burritos, bowls, and quesadillas, so you can mix and match and build the meal that fits your appetite. But don't wait. The lineup is only here for a limited time while supplies last. Next time you're at Wawa, grab a taco and find your new go-to order. All right. Welcome back. It's funny. My man Sam from England just chimed in.
He's going to come on. We give him a link.
He's going to come on?
Yeah,
Oh, this is
it's
great.
his day.
Well,
I got to give the headset to Marco so him and Marco can talk.
Yeah, we got to have Sam and Marco go head to head. All right? That'll be coming up. Our buddy Sam, he said, there's nothing wrong with being a red coat. Our friend said, so we'll have some fun. But Jim, first, how about Team USA, red, white, and blue? How good is this team? And, what's going to happen Friday? And what are you thinking? How do you see this squad?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you asked, quite literally anybody that watches this team, nobody predicted the outcome that we saw, last Friday now, I think. Incredible performance. And I think, a lot of people believe that team has potential to be that, but we just haven't seen it. And we haven't seen it in a long time. We haven't seen it under Pochettino. It's always been kind of a mixed result type thing. Obviously, being at home in front of, 80,000 fans has got to be, that juices you up a little bit. But that was one of the best 45 minutes I've seen from that team in a very long time. And it wasn't, the first goal was an own goal, but it was because they got in a very good space and played a very great ball and put the other team under pressure. And the other goals were all very well taken. And so it's not like they're just getting cheap goals. They look really good and they look really connected and
they passed the spell test, right?
Oh, man.
They look you look different. They look fast. They look like, you know what it is? Like, when you look at movement and whatever sport it is, basketball, I could I don't care. I could not even see the teams who are playing, but I could tell by movement whether or not it's legit, what league it is, whatever they look legit.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think the biggest thing now, though, is before Australia had played their game, it was kind of the tune was, okay, you got to follow this up. Australia is kind of a similar team, but now Australia put a really good performance in against Turkey, and so that's going to be the kind of biggest question mark now is can they follow it up? I don't want to say was it a fluke, but can they put in a similar performance and not just get the job done, but do it in a convincing way and do it in a way where you're proving that you are here to be taken seriously and not just here because you were given a free ticket to the party that you get when hosting the World Cup. And I think they did that in Game 1. That was not an easy team to beat, and they put them to the they
dominated them.
Yeah, absolutely. And that team did not give up very many goals in qualifying. So they carved them up. They looked very good.
Australia's interesting because Turkey coming in, everyone said they were like not that they had a chance to win anything, but they were a tough, formidable team.
Absolutely,
and
yeah.
The Aussies kind of manhandled them.
Absolutely, yeah. So that's even more of makes the test even a little bit more serious for the U.S. Not only do you have to follow it up, but you have to do it against a team who also thinks they deserve to be here now. You know?
This Sweet 16, is that your goal? It seems to be the prevailing thought, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think that would be. You want to go as far as you can, right?
Right.
But there are a lot of really, really, really good teams in this tournament. Really deep teams in this tournament. And I think the U.S. can be considered in that top 10 to 12 as far as depth and how the quality goes. It's really going to depend on how the bracket shakes out, and is there upsets, or do some teams not make it out a good qualifying spot? So it to be determined. But I think if you're looking at it from a bird's eye view, and would that be a success? I think that would be a pretty good success, and I think it would get a lot of people excited about the prospect of this team, seeing them win a couple knockout round matches.
That'd be big. I mean, What other right now? Who do you like? Like who? Some of the countries that you go, these are my. I mean, obviously, Brazil. And
France is tough, man. They're tough.
Spain struggled with Cape Verde.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second. Not because of Spain, but because of Cape Verde. I mean, what an incredible story! Their first time ever in the World Cup. 40-year-old keeper, 7 saves. Right. Crying after the game because his family's not able to be there.
So we have a guy, Devon Givens, covers Sixers for us. Mm-hmm. His family's from Cape Verde.
Okay.
And I knew nothing about this, right?
Yeah.
He's walking in with a hoodie. This is Cape Verde, right? Mm-hmm. Now, Devon's cousin is Mikal Bridges, right?
Okay.
So this is it's crazy, right? So I go, dude, when did I know? How do I not know this? He goes, nah, dude, that's where our family's from. My grandmother came over there. Came from there. So he goes, talk to my father. My father's going to give you the whole story. Because I'm like, what happened? So when Portugal founded these islands, they had to inhabit the islands.
Sure.
So they discovered the islands. They were barren. 10 islands. Barren. And this is Devon's father telling me the story. He said, so they started bringing people over to populate the island. They had Portuguese people. They bring it over. And then they started to bring Africans, because it was off the coast of Senegal, over up and down the continent to the island.
Okay.
And that's how these islands were born.
Wow.
And throughout the course of time, they speak Portuguese.
Yeah. There's a local kid that's on Cape Verde's team. He's the third string goalkeeper. I was hoping he would get some time, but after that performance the other day, I think he's stuck on the bench. But yeah, his name is CJ Dos Santos. His parents actually go to I don't want to out them, but they go to Gildo, which is a Portuguese cafe. So it makes that what you're saying makes complete sense culturally. But yeah, he's a local kid. He grew up here, was in the union system for a while, went to Benfica, which is I believe in Portugal, and now he's back playing for San Diego, and had an awful injury last year. So I was kind of nervous he wouldn't make the team, but I mean, what an incredible, even if you're not playing, what an incredible experience to be there.
Oh my God, it's awesome. It's a great story, man. I was like, wow, it's incredible.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. Now, do we have Sam? Mark, come here. Showdown. All right. Jimmy, wait. Well, listen. Let's say proper goodbye. Well, come back. Don't go nowhere. Wait, Mark, come here.
Mark, come here.
Sit with VG. Let VG out. Get out. Tell the vampire to go scare people. We call him not lovingly. He's a vampire. All right. Because I need you to referee. I didn't want you to. All right? You got to be the referee here. We have our buddy Sam from England. Sammy. Hello, buddy.
Hello.
Ah, there he is.
Don't be afraid, Sam.
Sam from England, meet Marco from Croatia.
How are you, brother?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Good, good. Here we go.
All right,
It's going to be fun.
this is like a friendly right here. I love it.
Yeah, we've been through it before, right?
We
I
have,
think we-
and I'm sure.
I think we're in their heads a little bit. I think Picard remembers the guys.
Unfortunately, there is the knockout, the semi-final, quarter-final. When we lost, we went 1-0 up, didn't sustain it. You are in our heads, but we like Croatia. It's a good destination for our stag do's or bachelor parties, as you guys would call them. So we like Croatia.
Sam here, man. That's a great game.
Wait, didn't I have you guys on before when we were on the radio?
I believe we spoke before, a few years back.
exactly.
It was
And
I was on the air. I had Sammy and Marco on the air together.
I remember
analyzing
going to London, the Passion Cafe. I remember having a beer in there watching game, and I think you mentioned Sam at that time. I was in London for a few days.
And Sam fell in love with the Sixers.
yeah.
He's a UK's biggest Sixers fan.
I
Isn't that
know, I
amazing?
know.
That's awesome.
I definitely know the name from a show.
For my sins, yes, I am one of the biggest Sixers fans in England. Yeah.
Did you see Gansey? He jinxed a no-hitter last night. He's in town 3 minutes. He's already a mush. He's talking about the no-hitter. Dude, you're a sports guy. You can't talk about a no-hitter.
Do you know what? I was going to try and ring yesterday because it's Scottishman. So it's the only time we claim to be British together. When a Scotsman does well, we claim our mutual heritage. Hit a home run. And, I mean, Rincones is Scottish, so we're celebrating here in the UK. That's a UK Phillies player is doing well for the Phillies the other night. So, that's the only time. Andy Murray and him are the only people that we celebrate who are Scottish.
I love it. All right, now let's go to and we're I'm gonna have Jimmy declare a winner here. So you're gonna all right. You're both gonna analyze the game and give a prediction. All right. So I want an opening statement from each of you on who's going to win the match, and then a counterpoint from each of you, okay? Sammy, you go first. Analyze it from an England standpoint.
So, Croatia, very good team, very technically gifted, but they're getting on a bit now, some of their better players. I think we have the athleticism and the younger talent that will allow us to win the game. If everyone plays to their best, there's not a better player in the world than Declan Rice at defensive midfield, and there's not a better striker in the world than Harry Kane. Because of them two players, we will win the game today 2-1, because Croatia are going to give us a tough game, and we'll both go through, but we are going to win the group and win this game.
All right, very good. Mark, give me it from a Croatia standpoint.
I believe it's going to be a great game. Obviously, two good teams. England obviously have a lot of talent from every end of the game. They have great players. Kane is one of the top players in the world, obviously. Croatia definitely have enough talent and experience. They've been together. About a half of the team is back from last World Cup. So they have a good mix of young talent and guys that have been there before. So I believe we have enough to bring our game to them. Like I said earlier, we're going to try to slow the game down and control the ball. And if we can do that with Kovacic, who played in Premier League many years, and Modric, they can spread the ball and slow the game down. I believe we have a good chance to win. I say Croatia goes up 3-2 today. Sam?
Wow, 5 goals.
A lot of goals today.
Wow, goals. Now, Harry Kane is older, right?
He's younger than Modric, but he's a hell of a player, yeah.
Sam, counterpoint?
Yeah, I agree. The older players, like you said, the two midfielders can control the game. But on our day, Jude Bellingham and Declan Rice, I don't know if Bellingham's starting, if it's him or Rodgers, but both those guys can do the work and create the midfield battle themselves and win that battle. It's who's going to finish their chances today. And until he retires, Harry Kane is the best striker and finisher in the world, and then Haaland will take that over. So we get the ball to Harry Kane.
What about the guy? What about the guy in Argentina?
I don't count Messi as a striker. I count him more of a free roll winger attacker. But obviously, yes, he's technically gifted, the best player in the world.
What about
still,
the guy in France?
I don't rate Mbappe. That goal last night, the last one, the second one he scored, keeper should have done better with that. At the time, I was like, wow. But when you watch,
that was a howitzer.
Yeah, I'll give it a 5 out of 10 goal, 6 out of 10 goal. I'm used to better standards with goalkeeping. That's the problem.
I love it, Sam. You're good. Listen, you're good, Sam.
I hope I'm right. I'm going to be over next week anyway. So, I'm hoping this weekend, sorry. So my aim is that England win all 3 games. I see a Phillies win and maybe an Iron Pigs win as well, because I might go to an Iron Pigs game. And I think it starts tonight with a win against Croatia. I think Croatia go through, but they're not going to beat us tonight.
All right. Mark, last words?
I believe it's gonna be a great game for sure. It's going to come down, I think, who scores the first. I think the nerves are going to play a big part. Yes, there's a lot of older guys, but I think first goal is huge today. And I believe it's going to be close, but we certainly have a chance to pull it out. I'd love to see him pull it out. If we don't, like you said, Sam, we should both go through and maybe meet up down the line. I believe that it's going to be a really, really tough win today for either one of them.
Jimmy, what do you got? Add to those 2 heavyweights.
I got to say, I agree with what Sam's saying. I think Croatia is a pretty good squad, but as he was saying, they are getting a little bit older. There is that experience level, but I think it is maybe England's quality may be a little bit too much for them to handle. And as Sam was saying, Harry Kane is the best striker in the world. I mean, not only finisher, but the guy can facilitate. He gets back and plays defense. I unfortunately am a Spurs fan, so I have watched him for years, and he is one of the best. And he is probably going to win Ballon d'Or this year, which is the trophy for the world's best player. He is outstanding, and he's on incredible form right now. So if he can continue that, and if the rest of England can reach the potential that they have, and I think it should be their game today, I think.
I like it. Well, Sammy, we'll see you next week. Whoever wins, whoever loses, England buys the pints next week.
Got it.
We'll arrange it. We'll do it next week. Hope to see you guys in the studio next Tuesday or Wednesday. And
we'll see you.
Good.
We're looking forward to it, buddy. All right. The party is about to begin for Jules Rules, VG, Meg, Mark, Jimmy, Cousin Joey. We love you. Everybody have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Great day, guys.
Hey, man. What a pleasure, bro.
We all silly like the mayor.